front door swings and the talk gets high. Cut the cell phone, kill the grind, leave that week far behind. Ice in the glass, smoke in the air. Good folks gather from everywhere. Mick and Charles got the whole room lit. One more round and we're into it. If you know, then you know that old school glow. Raise it up, let it roll. It's the place we go. The Real Smoke Podcast. Thursday night, don't miss that. Mick and Charles bring it all back. Real talk, real laughs, real flash. The Real Smoke Podcast. Pour it slow, light it fast. Premium nights and the whole world taps. Thursday night, we're all in that. Burn, slow and smooth, big guess words in the killer mood. Cigar and red in the dark, every story leaves a mark. Friends in the chat, friends in the room, same good vibes, same boom, boom, boom. Southern soul and a modern sound. Every Thursday we're coming down. If you need that shine, you know the time. Eastern 8, don't be late. Come on in. Smoke Podcast. Thursday night, don't miss that. Mick and Charles bring it all back. Real talk, real laughs, real flash. The Real Smoke Podcast. Pour it slow, light it fast. Premium nights and the whole world taps. Thursday night, we're all in this. Let it catch, watch it circle slow. Whiskey in the rocks, let the amber glow. Put the work week down, let the shoulders drop. Clock out, cool off, let the real talk pop. Mick and Charles on deck, yeah, they run that flame. Thursday night family, everybody knows the name. One more pour, one more spark, let the good time start. Real smoke in the room, got the whole place hard. Hands up high, let it ring. Hear that room start to sing. Every face, every frame.
This episode may contain strong language, weak opinions, bad advice, and men speaking confidently about things they only half understand. Statements made should not be considered factual, morally sound, especially if they are drinking. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Real Smoke Podcast with your hosts, Mick and Charles, the podcast that's all about real people, real cigars, and real smoke. Coming to you live from the Real Smoke Virtual Cigar Lounge, bringing you the best of cigars, whiskey, and all the good times in between. It's more than just a podcast, it's a community of cigar lovers. So grab your favorite smoke, pour a drink, and join us as we dive into all things cigars, whiskey, and just having a damn good time. This is the Real Smoke Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 88 of the Real Smoke Podcast. Yes, you're not going crazy at 7 o'clock, but we had to do it. And by the number of viewers on here, I think everybody didn't get the message. They'll show up late and go, what's going on?
They're going to miss out.
But anyways, what's up, Mick?
What's up, buddy? Happy Thursday, man. I'm excited for this one, brother.
So
people will catch it on the replay, man. It'll be great. It'll be great.
We hope. Anyways, before we kick things off, let's go ahead and say hi to Norm.
Hi, Norm.
And everyone at the Cigar Vault. Hi, Norm.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy that does this stupid shit in the cigar lounge. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't be that guy. Hey, man, how's it going? Welcome to the Cigar Vault. We are a very boutique-centric shop. Any questions you have, I'll be happy to answer for you.
Yeah, where are all the Cubans at?
Oh, hang on one second. I can help you out with that one. Hey, Miguel, someone's asking for you. Somebody ordered a Cuban?
What's this? Oh, I want Cuban cigars.
What if you got something better? A true Cuban. That's the only Cubans we carry.
Yeah, no, I want to smoke a Cuban cigar. You know, I'm no Ramon Aliones or, you know, I got my plug tool ready. I'm ready to hit some Cuban.
Blood tool? Not since college.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get out and actually meet those guys. I'm a little nervous to meet Miguel, but I'm excited for it, man. It's going to be fun.
Oh, you'll have fun. That'll be a great time.
It will. It will.
So how's everything been going on your end this week? I know mine, it seems like every day something gets thrown at me that disrupts my schedule, and it's completely different. And today's not any different. So how was your week?
Work's been crazy, but it's been really good. Really good. I will say I got back in the gym this week. It feels great to be back in the gym, and Kylie's been going with me. I hit 3 days this week, and I'm excited. I'm feeling good, but I'm gonna throw you up the softball on this one. Tell everybody about what you got back this week, man, for your health, because I feel good about my health. So tell everybody. Everybody's hanging on the edge of their seat right now. Tell them about that, and then we'll get rolling, man. I need to throw you the softball.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to talk about it, but went a couple weeks ago to get blood work done to see how everything's been going. Again, I'm at 48 pounds lost. A lot of change in diet, exercise, working out, started buying just treadmills and looking at a new spin bike to add to the routine. Anyways, got my blood work back, and I've never seen a doctor come in the room laughing and jumping. She literally was jumping through the door, holding paperwork, going like this. And I went, what? She looked at it and she said, your numbers are perfect. And I said, so you're saying my numbers are good? She said, no, I didn't say your numbers were good. I said, your numbers were perfect. And she looked at everything, and she started she took all the medication that I was on. I'm on half on everything. There's one of them that's going, the cholesterol one. She said most likely we'll cut it out completely the next visit. And she said, if I was going by just your numbers, you have the numbers of someone in their 20s. She said, you just saved 10 years on your life. She said, almost a year ago, people were saying that you weren't going to live the year. You just added 10 years. So text Mick right away, because he's always been checking up. But yeah, I'm excited. That was my good news.
You should be. That's awesome, brother. Yeah, other than that, man, work and just ready for this great show. And tomorrow's Friday. That's what I love about our show, man. One more work day to get through, and we got the weekend, and it's just a great night, man. So let's do this thing.
All right, let's go ahead and get a couple things out of the way. Guys, do us a favor. Go check out Smoky and Cigar of the Month Club. Use the code RSNEW your first time. You're going to save, or you're going to get 5 cigars each month, and you're going to get a free smoking torch lighter and a perfect cutter. And this week, Mick, we have been doing this. We do have our Freedom 5-pack that is on sale over there. You see all the stuff over there. Go check them out. You know how to go find Smoke In. Go do that. Go check out the 5-pack. Go get that pack. We are giving away one of those packs. Mick, when are we giving that away?
On September 10th, on the episode for September 10th. I figured I'd give us exactly a month to promote it. We already have a ton of entries. Pretty simple. All you gotta do is follow us, follow Smoking Cigars on Instagram, follow us on Instagram, and you gotta obviously be subscribing to our YouTube page, and you gotta tag 5 people in that maybe don't know who the hell we are. That's what we're trying for, people outside the cigar community, because we feel at this point we're doing a good enough show. Anyone can sit down and enjoy it. So tag some people in, tag your grandmother, tag whoever. Tag that guy that lives around the corner, the weird dude that mows his lawn in a Speedo, but whoever, doesn't matter. It's nobody caught that? Okay. But yeah, tag some people in it. It's going to be great.
We are going to do the Birdline Brotherhood podcast giveaway. We're going to actually give it one more week. His channel is getting a little bit of traction. We're getting a lot of people to subscribe, and we would like to give him a few more. I mean, he was one of the awesome people that invited us to be on his podcast. So to show thanks, we're going to give it one more week and let that roll out. All you got to do is go like his podcast on YouTube. Go like the episode that we were on. We're episode 3. And go comment. Every time you comment, so if you comment on somebody else's comment, I'm going to put that in there, and we'll go through there, and we'll pick somebody next week on our podcast anniversary week. We're going to pick a winner on that one. That just saves us some time today.
2 years.
2 years. Really quick, Mick. Do the Patreon. So
Patreon, the Real Smoke Ashtray Illuminati, for less than a cup of coffee, less than the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks. $5 a month. 15% off at Cigar Vault. Anytime you want. Unlimited. 1 sticker pack. Shout out on Instagram. Name on the show credits. Members only Discord. Ask questions to guests. Sneak peek at guests. Enter to win quarterly prize packs, which we're actually giving away next Saturday in our monthly Zoom. Ability to attend our monthly Zoom. Ability to talk with and ask questions to guests. And we're going to have Lou Cross on from Lure Cigars. That's going to be a great time. It's well, there'll be some giveaways and just a chance for our Patreon members to interact with Lou and hang out for an hour or so. Should be a great day. So join Patreon. A lot of great things coming.
I hate I'm going to miss that one. But I think I'm going to be at a wedding. So, yay.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into tonight's cigar and tonight's guest. Tonight's cigar is brought to you by Robert over at 13 Knives. What's up, Robert? Hi, Robert. Bye, Robert.
Hey guys, this is Robert over 13 Knives, home of the Bulldog Cutter right there. And I wanted to share with you guys something that my dad instilled in me a long time ago. He had to repeat this a lot when I was younger, but it was, if you're going to do a job, do it right the first time. Don't do it half-ass. Why do a job a second time when you can get it right the first time? And so when I started working on the Bulldog Cutter, it was very important to me to work out all the kinks, get it to where it cut right the first time, get it to where the edge lasted as long as it could. Obviously with care, you don't want to be cutting stupid things. This is meant for cigars only. Don't be cutting dumb things, like don't be trying to open up wine bottles or anything like that. It's meant to cut cigars. And if you do that, and you only do that, it's going to last a long time. Proudly made right here in Tennessee. And I hope that if you are looking for something like this, reach out to me, 13 Knives. And I'd love to make a handmade cigar cutter for you guys. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Let's see. Tonight's cigar.
This week we smoked the Drew Estate Undercrown. I can't say it as well as Pedro did in the green room, but Undercrown El Tagre, wrapper Ecuadorian Sumatra, binder Connecticut Corojo H99, filler PA HVA and C98. The size was 50 by 6. Price is right there on your screen. And again, that's brought to you by 13 Knives.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get in tonight's guest. Tonight's guest is brought to you by Hayes Gray.
Savor every moment with Hayes Gray Cigar. Each blend is crafted for bold flavor, veteran-inspired character, and premium construction. From smooth and approachable to rich and complex in flavor, Hayes Gray delivers a cigar for every palate. Now available our new release, Irmãos do Mar. Order Hayes Gray Cigars online at Fat Boys Cigars and from Wolfpack Cigar Club and the Cigar Vault, Oakdale. Visit our website for a list of nationwide retail lounges and to grab some cool Hayes Gray merch to rep our brand. As always, we've got your sticks.
And just like that, we have the most recognizable face in cigars. We have one of the most energetic people that you will ever meet. You have the global brand ambassador to one of the biggest cigar brands that's out there. And you have the guy that helped get me through COVID just because of how much crack it looks like he smokes. The one, the only. Let's say what's up to Pedro. What up, Pedro?
Hey, how you guys doing? How's everybody tonight?
Fantastic.
Doing great, man. Doing great.
Nice.
Doing better now. Nice.
Well, it's great to be with all of you guys, and I want to say thank you to everybody that is tuning tonight. I also want to say thank you to everybody that will be watching and listen to this show later on. From behalf of Drew Estate, we want to say thank you. Thank you so very much.
It's awesome, man. We greatly appreciate you jumping on with us, man. You've been on our list for a while, and I'm so glad we finally made it happen with everybody's schedules and everything. We've been obviously seeing you pop up a bunch of different places and a bunch of different interviews. And Charles and I, maybe we're getting a little cocky at this point, but we feel we do a different interview than most people. Like we really like to bring something different to the interview, like we talked about in the green room. So we're truly honored to have you on tonight, man. And I'm ready to get this interview started. Charles,
It's all mine, my brother.
Well, like Mick likes to say that I say, I'm going to cartwheel and we're going to go back in time a little bit. One of the things that I firmly believe is, the way a person was brought up, the family that brought him, surroundings, the people that he involved himself with, and the things that he did is what makes the person who that person is today. So I want to go back to that childhood. Where was you born? What year was you born? Let's talk about that.
Yes, I was born in 1984 in Estelí, Nicaragua. And yeah, I mean, like childhood was a great time in terms of what the world that we know nowadays. Obviously, is very different because back then we didn't have any clue what was like the town next door. Nowadays, with social media, you kind of have a clue, where is everything and where it could be everybody. But back then, you grew up, growing up in a third world country, it wasn't easy. I mean, obviously, love is priceless, but I mean, all the experience that we have lived really built us the person that we are today. The experience make the way how you think also make you change the way how you perceive the world. So to me, I'm very grateful, I'm very proud to be from Nicaragua, and I'm very grateful to be where I am today. So
where you grew up in Estelí, what was it like? What was your family lifestyle like? What was some of the things that you did in your neighborhood? Because I mean, growing up.
Yeah. So growing up, man, holy moly, good times. Playing basketball with my friends, going to school, going to work. Basically, I have to really take care of myself at the age of 11. But before that, something that I don't have the opportunity to talk about it was that I have the privilege and the blessing to grow up with two uncles. The two of them were in a wheelchair, and they suffer of poliomyelitis because they got it very, very young. Most of my family, most of my mother's side are from the countryside of Estelí. And basically back then, I'm talking about the 1940s, 1950s. They didn't have the vaccine at that time to control the poliomyelitis. So they ended up getting it, and then two of my uncles, they immigrate from the countryside to the city of Estelí. So my uncle, which I have my name from, his name was Pedro, and with a lot of love, people call him Pedrito, like little Peter, And my uncle Pedro, wow, man, what a man. Wow, he was very smart, very optimist. He had a lot of faith, and he was very clever when it comes to business. He had the opportunity to start his business from the sidewalk of Central Park, Estelí. For whoever has been in Estelí, Nicaragua, right in the center of the city of Estelí, there is the park, and in front that's the cathedral church. So my uncle started his little business selling notebooks and pens from the sidewalk, and he was in a wheelchair, so he couldn't walk, he couldn't use his hand, but he had that charisma that everybody loved, and everybody loved to go and support him, buying from him. So long story short, he was able to rent a little place, and from the little place he was able to sell his school materials, Okay. And then after that, he was able to bought the house where I grew up. And growing up in my uncle's house, it was me, my three siblings, and my mother. Because of my dad was not, early on, he was not part of the picture. Okay. I think that now that I see my father, I have to truly understand that he was very young with a huge responsibility. 4 kids, 22, 21, 23 years old. It was not easy, another hardworking person, but I would say it in a very beautiful, kind way, very irresponsible, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because if you are a father, you're going to do everything for your kids.
Yeah,
But
100%.
the culture back then, was very different. And obviously, even nowadays, you can see some kids that they kind of struggle to know what responsibility is. But going back to the question, was yeah, so I grew up with my uncle, and basically he was my father figure. My
I
mother,
was just going to ask that,
she,
man.
yeah, my
It sounds
mother,
like a lot of
mhm,
that came from that uncle. Obviously, gave
yes,
you that work ethic and that will. Growing up, it sounds like a lot of that came from that son.
absolutely, man. I think that everybody in their life, and I'm talking about every single one, have somebody that always said, "Do the right thing." The right thing is the most difficult thing to do, but at the end, it's the right thing to do because sooner or later you're gonna see why it was the right thing to do. So with my uncle, I was literally his legs and arms. So I was pushing him in his wheelchair, and we were running all the errands for his little business. And basically, through his business and from his business, we were able to eat at home. My mother, she used to sew clothes for females, making dresses and stuff like that. So my uncle got sick, and basically his business was really going under. It was the bookstore. It was called Libreria Pedrito, and it was what everybody kind of reference point in my city. That everybody say, hey, if you go to Libreria Pedrito, you gotta go one block if you want to get to places. But my uncle kind of faded away because of his sickness, and that's when I really found myself that I have to work. So I was going to work, and at the same time, when the little break that I had, like going to have lunch, or after a long day of work, going back to the house, taking care of my uncle, making sure that if he needs water, if he needs food, somebody to feed him and everything. And I think that that compassion, that's something that it burn on you. Nobody can teach you how to love. Nobody can ever teach you how to have compassion. And when you have
It sounds
compassion towards somebody that, excuse me, my Charlie, that when you have compassion towards somebody that you know that you're not gonna get nothing from, but you are doing it because the need is right there in front of you. Sorry, Charlie, go ahead.
no, I'm out just listening to that. It sounds like going through that time, he needed you as much as you needed him. He needed you to help him get through the day, but you needed him to help you grow up to be a man.
Yeah, because
I mean, he taught you that work ethic. He taught you that compassion. He taught you how to love. And I mean,
yes,
that's all the things that a grown man needs. And a lot of guys don't get that. And it seems like he was the person that helped guide you that way.
yeah, I think that God put you angels in your path, and it's up to you what you're gonna do. And at the end, we all make mistakes, but we gotta learn from them. And those people that taught you everything that by nature we do it because we know that this is the right thing, is because somebody taught you that you gotta give always nothing but your best. Nothing but your best. Always it give sacrifice is everything. You can be, it's not about who run the fastest, it's about who can consistently keep running. Keep running no matter what, and no matter how ugly hell could be, depending on the circumstance where you are in your life.
Absolutely. No, man,
But
that's beautiful. I love that side of that story, man. That really kind of tells the roots of how you became who you are today. But I'm sure there's a lot more in between. So like
yes,
I guess where did your story go from there? I mean, obviously you said you were working at a very young age, and
hmm
basketball was a part of that. Did you play basketball? Was there like a school basketball thing, or just with your friends, or how was
so
that?
no, my older brother, he was he loved basketball, and I remember that we were going to practice. He was older than me, like he's 5 years older than me. So I was always being his companionship. but I was, driving the ball and stuff like that. And then I start to see that discipline is everything. And then I was like, man, I want to learn this thing, And then that was pretty much the hobby that I had. And then during the day, I was working from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. From Monday to Saturday. I mean, every day working in a saddle shop. So people that don't know, I mean, saddles, obviously, the thing that you put on the top of the horse. But the saddles in Nicaragua, the way that we were making them at that time, it was a lot of physical work. But at that time, I didn't know how to make saddles. Matter of fact, my mother was the one that found me a job in this neighborhood saddle shop. And I remember that I was going there. I was 11 years old, and I was running all the errands on a bicycle. And then every Saturday when it was payday, they say, Pedro, very good job this week. We're going to see you next week. And I was like, okay, well, thank you so very much. And my head was like, okay, well, it was not that I was expecting something, but obviously I was. At least $1 a week, but I couldn't get that. So I worked for them for, I would say, 3 months. And then one day I was running errands, and then I found this gentleman. And man, rest in peace. His name was Enrique Amador. And I remember in that place where they sell leathers to everybody that coming by, I was buying leather in that bicycle and putting huge sheet of leather, cow leathers, in the back of my bicycle. So this gentleman says, so, hey, so I have heard about you. So where do you work? Oh, well, I work here, and what do you do? Well, I know how to do this and this and this. And I remember that he asked me, so do you know how to read and write? Yes, sir, I do know how to read and write. Okay, well, if you want to work, come to my business. And then, really? Yeah, I'm going to pay you something. And okay. Next day I show up. Obviously, I went to say to the guy, hey, thank you so very much for the opportunity, blah, 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 blah. And then Monday morning, I went to his saddle shop. And he said, well, Pedro, this is what you're going to do early in the morning. You got to clean up the whole workshop. And then you're going to be helping me running errands. And then I'm going to see how you perform. And then that day when I was getting the bicycle, going to get my lunch, whatever I could find at home, he said to me, oh, don't worry, you can have lunch right here with my family. I was like, really? Oh, wow, thank you so very much. And then at that point, I was like, wow, man, these people eat really good. Because at home, we were eating, bro, not even rice and beans. It was more rice and tortillas and salt and maybe boiled eggs and stuff like that. But my mother could not afford it. And then that day, that week, he paid me 45 Cordobas or 45 pesos, which is considered like $1.50. And I was like, wow, man, thank you so very much. I was so happy. And then the next day I show up to work and I was like, boom, 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 going to work. I quit school. I quit school for 2 years. And because my goal was to become a saddle maker. And obviously because I was running errands, so many errands during the day, I was literally doing like 10, 15 errands. Do we need nails? Yeah, Pedro, go and get some nails. We need glue? Yeah, go Pedro, get some glue. Do we need leather? And it was little time that I had like learning. And then when I one day realized I didn't want to spend my whole life making saddles or being in the saddle shop. I need to go to school. And I remember seeing somebody because the saddle shop was in downtown Estelí. And I remember that person being in a car with the windows up. I kind of saw him, through the glass. I was like, man, well dressed. Man, for that guy to be in that situation, in that spot, that person must be a doctor or a lawyer or, somebody that works somewhere. But he got have to be somebody that have education background. And I was like, I look at myself and I look back at the saddle shop and I was like, nah, man, we're going to go back to school. So after 2 years, I decided to go back to school. And
How old was you during this time when you
at that
decided to
time
leave
was
school and decide to go back?
so I decided to quit the school when I was 12. I decided to go back to school when I was 14. And then in Nicaragua, I'm talking about high school, is 5 years. So first year in high school, that was the year that I went back to school. And obviously I was older and I was with other students that were older too. But I I was attending it to a public high school, the most dangerous one in Estelí. So it was a lot of, gangsters and stuff. But I truly knew that if I'm gonna be going to school, it was not to go and screw it up. It was about to go and get the education right, to put the effort not to be the average student, was to be the goddamn motherfucking good student. Or excuse my French, bro. I'm so sorry.
Nope, let it go, bro.
Nope, go for
you
it.
beat me to it tonight. That's good.
But with my work, I could not afford to quit my job. So my boss, he was kind enough that he said, "Hey, you know what, Pedro? If you're going to school, which I'm congratulate you right now. Please go for it. But if you want to keep working, I'm gonna give you a part time." I was like, "Man, I will be happy because I truly need the job." So going to school from 7 a.m. to 12, going to work from 1 p.m. to 6 every day. And then at school, I was playing basketball, and I made it to the selection of the school. I made it to the selection of Estelí playing basketball. And then at night, I was playing basketball with my friends. And there were some times that I was bringing work to my house in order to finish it up on Saturday and get paid. And then all the jobs that I had, obviously I was helping my mother with the bills, helping her buying the food, helping with the little money that I made. I always give something to her. Because I knew when you give is better than receive. And
So
God
you were
give
working this
you-
whole time to
Yeah,
not only just help yourself, but you were providing for the family.
yeah. Because my dad wasn't there. He was just drinking
The man.
alcohol, and I was like, well, at that point, at that early age, you have to man up, you have to be tough, you have to have alligator skin. Nothing and nobody can break you. You gotta go after everything and go against everything because you don't have nobody that got your back. I mean, the person who got my back was God, was Jesus Christ. And the praise of my mother, the praise of my uncle. And I knew that I didn't have no space for errors. It was like, go all in. And then during those 5 years in high school, it was nice because I got the opportunity to put myself through school and literally learning how life was, because my classmate in high school, they didn't work. I was the only one working. They didn't have the experience what it's like to grow up in the street. I had that first from the people that I was working with. Growing up men that, some of them, they were doing things at night. And you can feel, I didn't know what bullying was, but they were getting into me and blah blah blah, but I was not even paying attention because to myself at that early age, I was saying to myself, when they were like, these people were picking on me, I was like, man, these guys are where they are right now. Myself, if I always keep my composure, cold head, I know that one day all this is gonna change. And then it was great, man. So in high school, I made it to the excellent or the dean list of students from high school. And that was literally the opportunity that I got when I applied for a full scholarship back in 2004.
All right. So I want to listening to basically everything about how you grew up. It was hard work. It was young work. It was going to school, it was leaving school. It was working to help the family out. It was realizing you need to go back to school. But then you said every once in a while at night, if you didn't have work to do, you got to go out and play some basketball. So with not including all of the hard stuff that you had to go through and, family issues, give me a story from that time, that childhood time, to where, it was one of those happy stories. It was a fun story. It was, you think back when I was a kid, I got to do this and this was amazing. Give me one of those. Because we heard your hard work. Now we want to hear the playtime.
Playtime, holy moly, that was awesome. Because after work, going to play with my guys, we used to go to one basketball court that we played for 1 hour. And then after that, we took our little bicycle and then we go to another basketball court in another neighborhood. And we were playing from maybe 2 hours. So at that time it was already 8 p.m. And then after that, we were going back to our own block. It was all of us. And it was like everybody was playing hard. And it was hard. Play to win. And we were playing until 11, but at the same time, when I got the opportunity to go back to Nicaragua and I got the opportunity to hang out with my friends and see all of them, the best laugh is the laugh that you have when you are joking around with your buddies. And all those memories come and you can laugh so good that even your stomach hurt. It was awesome, man. Really, 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 really fucking good, man. I'm not gonna be here, oh my God, painful times. And no, man, dude, life is what you're made of. And I think that friends are good, obviously. This is very important. Growing up, everybody, based on their decision, start to go in different path.
Yep.
Some of my friends, they start to get into serious responsibilities, with getting married early on, having kids, and then you barely see them, And then other people move out of the city of Estelí to move to another town, Other people doing their thing, and the majority, they are still in Estelí, and even still on the block.
Yep.
And then, it's like when I go back to Nicaragua, which is like 2 or 3 times a year, for working and stuff like that with Drew Estate, I always take time to obviously spend time with my mother, and then if there is time, then I go and see my friends at their house and we get together, we have some beers, and, reminisce about the good times. And yeah, man, so good story from that early era. Oh my God, I'm going to share you a very good one, bro. This one is fucking nice. Okay. Last night at my house, my wife invited some friends. And so these their friends, that was her friend and her mother. They are from Colombia. So they were visiting. So one of the ladies who was at the same age of my mother. So we were talking, and then we were talking about Christmas. How was Christmas in Colombia? I was like, and she was, oh man, Christmas in Colombia is like this and this. Oh man, that's really nice. And then she says, so how was Christmas in Nicaragua? Oh, Christmas in Nicaragua is, oh my goodness. December is party time. You got, the Virgin Maria celebration that start off early December, and then you go the Christmas shopping event. And I was like, what is Christmas shopping event, Pedro? So Christmas shopping event is like they close or they shut down the Central Avenue of Estelí, and then you got all the stores are open from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m., which is very unusual. Everything closed after 6, but they keep it open until 6, and then you go with your friends and you go and walk. You see, everybody, you listen to music, you see, the people going with their family, if obviously we were teenagers, we went to see, oh my God, look at that girl. Wow, she's very cute. So we were just walking, but then one day, one of my friends said to me, yo, Pedro, the city of Estelí is looking for Santa Claus. I was like, what? Santa Claus? Yeah, I can be Santa Claus, and it's not a problem. Can you do that? Of course. Very good, Pedro. Well, I'm glad that you say yes, because I'm missing one person. Well, check this out, Pedro. They are gonna pay yes, and they are gonna give us dinner, bro. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck yeah, bro. It's gonna be nice. And they're gonna give you the costume, the whole 9 yards. And the only thing that you gotta do is just give little candies to the kids. And on top of that, you're gonna be walking, you Santa Claus, with Santa Claus female models. I was like, even with models, bro, I'm in, bro. Let's go. So I went, and then I was doing my thing, and that were girls that were from my high school. Oh my God, but I didn't know that you were doing this. Oh, so I'm gonna be hanging out with you. So we're gonna, I'm not, this way I'm not gonna feel by myself. So it was like 3 girls, like they were walking right next to me, and I was just giving candies. But the funny part was when this lady said, "Hey, so you Santa Claus?" And I was like, yes, man, I am right here, Santa Claus. Your kid behave good, so yeah, there is a candy. There is a candy for the little boy, and there is a candy for you. And she said, "Oh, come on, you boy, come on." So I heard Santa Claus is white, but you're brown, dark skin. I was like, well, don't worry about it. I'm Santa Claus from South Africa. She laughed. And then the other ladies, the girls that were with me, they say, "Oh my God, but how you could pull that one off?" And I was very energetic, always, very positive and stuff like that. And good story was that I invited one of my friends that played basketball with me. Obviously, we both were struggling financially. And I said, "Javier, you can make some money, bro." I was like, "What do you mean make some money?" "You gotta just dress like Santa Claus, and they are gonna pay you something." "Oh, Pedro, I'm gonna be dying if the guy from the block find out I'm Santa Claus. And who gives a fuck, motherfucker? You're gonna have a bear, and all the stuff." And then he said, "Okay, man, let's see. Well, all right, let's go." So we went, and then as soon as we start to walk, and I said to him, "Bro, we can walk together, so this way you're not gonna feel like you are the place." "Well, I am already out of place, motherfucker. What are you talking about?" "No, man, you good." And then the guys, "Oh, motherfucker, Luca, Javier, and Luca Pedro, they were just laughing at us. I couldn't pay attention. I was just walking with the lady just like this. And then my friend said, "Fuck it, man, this stuff is not for me." So he left, man. I was like, "Man, really?" I was like, "Only you, Pedro, only you can do this, not me, man." So that one was a very, very good one, man.
I love it, man.
After this day, I still laugh about my friend that he couldn't fucking walk 30 minutes.
I love it, man. I did not see you being Santa Claus as part of that story. I love it, man. That's phenomenal.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Absolutely. I always say that in the next 2 years, I'll be able to play Santa Claus without wearing a beard because it's getting whiter every day. But Charles, what were you gonna say?
So before we move on to you and the scholarship, I have one thing I need to hear from you.
Yes.
I need the best ho ho ho.
I knew it was coming. I knew it.
Man, what it will be? "Merry Christmas." Ho, 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 ho. Trust me. If I gotta do something, bro, I'll go.
I tried to stay quiet on that. I tried to stay quiet on that so I can clip it and use it for our Christmas episode.
Stay tuned. It's going to be great.
That's going to be
all right, Mick, I'll let you go ahead and go in with the next questions.
No, man, I was going to, you already kind of beat me to it. I was going to ask you about the scholarship, man, and where did it go from there? We're just trying to,
absolutely, man. Yeah. When it comes to the scholarship, when I was about to graduate from high school, I was going after civil engineer because back in high school I love physics and math. And it was and talking to my older brother, he said, "Man, if you do good in school, Pedro, you're gonna be able to get a scholarship." I was like, "A scholarship for?" So my brother got a scholarship in one of the engineer university of Nicaragua. So he moved to the capital of Nicaragua, and he was living in the university. I never heard something like that, man. That when you go to school, that the school will give you shelter and food and a little money for you to finish your major. I was like, wow, man, they do that for you? Yeah, pero put your best effort and you're gonna do what you gotta do. And then I was okay. So when I was about to finish high school, I applied for the Engineer University of Nicaragua. But at the same time, I heard about this scholarship program because I was part of this Christian organization that is still active, a nonprofit organization that is called Young Life. And Young Life basically is an organization from the United States, but Young Life start in Nicaragua mid-90s, and it was about a Christian organization of teenagers that they introduced Jesus Christ to you through a sport, through basketball, to soccer. They have these skit comedies that they do, and then after that they like very nice club. I would say the best one. I still support them every year. And basically at the organization, they told me, hey, we got these application forms. People in the past has applied for it, but nobody got the opportunity, Pedro. But I heard that you have good grades and you're about to graduate from high school. Even heard if you apply. I was like, yes. But when do I need to submit all this documentation? Well, you have a week. And I was like, I start to get everything together. And I was like, when it was the time to go and send everything to the capital of Nicaragua, I could not trust the post service in my country because if something happened to the post truck, my opportunity just went out of the window. So what I did, every time I was getting up early in the morning, taking the first bus from Estelí to Managua, which was at that time 4 hours, because you got two types of transportation service in Nicaragua. You got the express, which goes directly non-stop from Estelí to Managua, but I could not afford that one. So I have to take the one that make a stop every 15 minutes. So when I called the office, I was like, well, I'm gonna take the transportation, and then what public transportation, once I get to the capital, what public transportation should I take? Well, Pedro, you can send that one through the post service. I was like, nope, I'd rather give you this one in person. Well, okay, well, you gotta take 3 buses. Once you get to Managua, you gotta take 3 buses, and then I took my 3 buses. I got there, boom, boom, get my document. I was like, thank you so much. At the same time, I have to hop up, go and trying to get to Estelí as quickly as I can because I have to go back to work. So I was getting back to the saddle shop around 3:30, 4 p.m. Didn't have nothing in my belly. And I remember my coworker said to me, Pedro, so how everything went? Oh, everything went great, thank God. Okay, look at this guy, bro. Pedro, I'm going to see you making saddle your whole life. What are you talking about going to the United States? I was like, man, you never know, man. I'm just trying my best. So long story short, 300 students around the country applied for the opportunity. The scholarship program was paid by the United States government, and it was managed by Georgetown University, and it was a program that it was towards creating opportunities for young kids or young teenagers from Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Nicaragua. So out of those 300 students, I got lucky, and the day that they said, congratulations, you won the scholarship. And that time was 1 year of them sending you application forms, and then you go to interview, and after the interview, you go to those capacitation trainings. They see your character, and then they are eliminating people at the same time. So I made the cut, and I remember when I went back to the saddle shop, when I knew that And the next 3 weeks, I was heading to the United States. Went back to the saddle shop and I was like, so how everything went, Pedro? Everything went great, man. Thank God. This is Pedro. Thank God. No, everything went great because I'm going to the United States. Get the hell out of here. And everybody was laughing. And I was like, no, man, seriously, I'm telling you guys. So this is gonna be my last week of work because I have to finish it up that week. And then the next week, I'm gonna go and say goodbye to my family relative that I have right here in Estelí, and my family relative that I have outside of Estelí in the countryside. So, and I remember those guys said to me, Pedro, if you're in the United States, man, don't forget about us. Please, bro, send me a Yankee hat. Oh, bro, send me send me a teacher, or send me some juice. I was like, man, no, I got you, bro. I got you. So, well, I got when the program sent me to Iowa. So I was living in Iowa for 2 years. When I went to Iowa, I didn't know the language. I'm still working on my English. So if you see my Tony Montana coming out of nowhere, don't pay attention to that, right? So, but my friends from the saddle shop, my number one store going to school was Goodwill. So Goodwill, I got my shoes, I got my clothes, and then I was living with a host family. One of them, rest in peace, Mary. She was amazing, man. She helped me out with my English classes, my pronunciation, my grammar in schools and stuff. And man, she was awesome. She also taught us because it was me from Nicaragua and it was another classmate from Mexico. His name is Victor, and Victor comes from the Mayas. He's from Chiapas. He speaks Maya like nobody else. And he got the scholarship opportunity because he was a leader from his community. So it was the two of us. So Mary taught us how to cook, and that was awesome. At the same time, I put a little box, and this is when you always have to keep this in mind. Never forget where you came from. I send stuff to my family, stuff from Goodwill, stuff that I could afford, And I also sent a little box to the saddle shop. I sent a guy his Yankee hat. I sent another guy, a baseball t-shirt. And then everybody was happy. Somebody sent somebody a little shoes, and I was like, man, this is something that I'm very happy to do. And you do it from the heart, But coming over here, it was also, I got the opportunity to see the American culture vividly and beautifully, because in the Midwest is a very interesting region in the United States. The values are very strong. My host family used to take us to church every Sunday. We were having dinner every night at 7 p.m. We were giving our praise before having dinner. And it was awesome, man. And then with our little English, they were asking, hey, so how was your day today, Pedro? Oh, it was very good. And with my little English that I had, what did you do? Well, this and this and this and that. But in the scholarship program, it was nice because it was me, my friend from Mexico. It was other people from the country that I just mentioned to you guys. And it was nice, man. So the teachers, man, were awesome. 3 years ago, I got the opportunity to go back to Iowa for work, and then I invite my teachers. Some of them are still alive, and my coordinator from the scholarship, she said, "Pedro, wow, man, so nice to see you here. I'm very happy to see you doing what you're doing, and I would like to invite you to be our keynote speaker for this graduation coming up." I was like,
wow.
"What?" That would be my pleasure.
Wow.
So I got the opportunity, and it was nice, man. I think that life is not what you put in your head, what the ultimate goal is. It's about the process. It's one
100%.
step at a time. And you gotta enjoy the process and forget about if you cannot make it now as what the ultimate goal is. Sooner or later, you're gonna get there. But in the meantime, you gotta love what you are doing. You gotta live what you are doing. And at the same time, you have to go through the pain. And when you know how to deal with fire and it doesn't back you down, you might go to places.
Absolutely, man. No, well, that's beautifully said. I was going to say real quick, man, your English is really, really good. Like from not really probably knowing a lot when you came to the United States to how you well spoken today, man. That's really, really great, brother.
No, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
I'm glad you enjoyed your time in the States too, man. Because I mean, we have a friend from New Zealand that visited recently. That he's part of our cigar club, and he also said the same things, man. He just said difference in culture and a different how proud people are to be in America, you know, and just those values. And it's a little different in every state you go to, but
yes,
I think it does carry over, you know, state to state as well. There's so many similarities. People just tend to overlook a lot of the similarities. But
yep.
So I guess my next question is, I know we're kind of on a timeline with you a little bit tonight, but we could do this all night. We could do this all night, man. But I was going to ask you, when did you get your introduction into cigars? Did you smoke cigars before coming to the United States, or were you, you know, was that something that was in your life before that?
No, basically growing up in Estelí, I knew that there were factories in my city. And they were like, every time that I see a building, and outside of the building, there were a lot of bicycles. And we all know that it was a cigar factory. So my older brother used to work for a cigar factory. Nowadays, it's a Scandinavian tobacco in Nicaragua. But back then, it was CAO. And he used to work for them. I remember that factory used to make all the CAO cigars, all the Toraño cigars. So my older brother, he was a roller. So every day, my mother sent me to deliver the lunch to my brother. So I went with my little bicycle, giving the lunch to him. So I kind of saw a lot of people working there. And then when I was applying for the scholarship, the general manager of Drew Estate factory, he gave me the opportunity to do an interview with him. And the interview was about the background of the scholarship that I was applying for. So, and then with Rubio, that's his name, Manuel Rubio, he is the general manager still of Drew Estate factory. Amazing guy. And then I asked him, hey, you know, if I got this scholarship program, am I going to be able to get the opportunity working with you guys? Well, maybe, Pedro, because that's the person that doesn't have no filters, you know. It's like, maybe. You never know. I was like, okay. And then, long story short, 2 years went by. And then when I went back to Estelí, I lost his contact of Manuel Rubio. I know where Drew Estate was. And I was like, well, you know what? Now that I have my major in international business, I'm going to go to every single factory and see what they got. Because at that time, Drew Estate was still small. I only could remember the ones that were kind of well established. And I didn't know, the only person that I knew that it was Rubio, but that one will be my last shot. So I want to try with the other one seriously, because, you know, if I go with the first one, I will be like, wow, man, couldn't get on this one. So the other ones, they say, well, the boss is not here. Well, we're going to let you know. Well, we don't have a job for you, blah, blah, blah. It was so many, man. But I went to these guys, and then this guy gave me a call, and then I went to the interview. And the interview was Manuel Rubio. It was Nicolas Melillo, the founder of Foundation Cigars. And at that time, Nicolas was working for Drew Estate, and they said, well, you know, Pedro, your background working in the salon shop for 9 years, and then getting a scholarship in the United States, making the dean list in college, and I say good things about you. Well, if we don't have nothing specifically for you, based on your background of education that you have, but if you want to come to work on tomorrow, then the next day I show up. And the thing about it is that the experience that I have working under the sun, sweating every day, working hard, not even making ends meet, I was like, wow, man, I'm gonna give everything to this factory. It was 11 different houses. First year at Drew Estate, I was running errands. If you have watched, obviously everybody have watched that movie, which is Goodfellas. There is a character that his name was Henry, and Henry was running everybody's errand. And Henry was like, wow, man. And then I was like me, hey, I was like him, getting everybody's coffee, getting everybody's lunch. Well, let me hold out myself. Getting everybody's lunch at Drew Estate, I knew that week, especially when we got people from the United States having meetings in Nicaragua, I know that week, I will be having good lunches because I was in charge of getting everybody's lunch from the local restaurant in Estelí. It was like awesome. And then, so I was introduced to tobacco with Drew Estate.
So
and I learned
before we go into your beginnings of, because you wore many hats at Drew Estate. I mean,
Yes.
you literally went from, hey, just come if you want to work, and if we find something, whatever, to where you are now. But I got two questions for you from when you were in the U.S. during your travels over here. One, you talked about that when you were eating lunch or eating dinner, it wasn't beans and rice.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it was just rice and tortillas.
Yes, that's right.
So when you came over here, what was that first meal that you had that you were like, holy shit?
Oh my God, dude, that was amazing. This one is a very good job, but it's a real one. First meal when we finally get to Davenport, Iowa. Our host family, which was two sisters, one of them was in a wheelchair, and the other sister, her name was Kathy. And then when they were older, so they took me and Victor to the house, and they cooked for us beans. And I was like, my God, I cannot believe that even beans are following me right here into the United States. But it was for them to kind of give us a welcome meal. I believe that probably they asked the scholarship program, what do we eat back home? But it was rice, beans, vegetable, and it was like, man, okay. Then the next day, wow, it was chicken and everything that we can take it from granted, which is having a proper meal. And let me tell you something, man, that is a bless. And when you got a meal that you can share with your loved ones, you just don't know how blessed you are. It doesn't matter what you eat, it's about what you share. If you got love and peace at your house, you got everything. Because you could be eating lamb chops every night, but you can live in hell. And I believe that for me, so having the experience to experience all different type of food in Iowa, I was the one that was eating the most because I was like, man, I've never seen so much food. And I was like, well, give it to Pedro. Pedro doesn't have any, how do they say, mercy in any plate. I was eating a lot, and it was nice, man. So, but that was the first year in living, because it was only 1 year living with the host family, and then the second year, we were living in apartments, and with other classmates from the program. Well, my other classmates, they were having their McDonald's burgers and stuff like that. I was like, no, man, I gotta save money. So I was going back to my diet, rice and beans every day. Maruchan soup or ramen noodle soup, the instant soup, because the little money that I was getting from the scholarship program, I was sending in a little envelope a letter to my mother. And under the letter I was sending her, I think it was like $40 a month. With that $40, she will be able to pay the electricity bill, the water bill. And with that little money, I was also helping my younger brother to go to school as well in Estelí. And then And at the same time, I was saving money because I knew that I have to go back to my country. So I ended up having a little savings, which was my lifeline that will keep me the nose above water while I find a job. I was determined enough not to go back to the saddle shop because what would be the point? I was like, man, I have to get a job in any of these factories. And even before looking for a job in factories in Estelí, I was looking for jobs in the capital of Nicaragua. And I remember that my older brother, he was still in school, and so he picked me up from the bus station, and I went to apply in different banks and different hotels, see if they might have something for me. And because I didn't have a place to stay, I ended up staying in a church, in a little church. And I was like, that night that I spent in Managua, I was like, man, it's hard to find a place right here. I mean, to find a job right here. But man, I know that God has something. And then that's when I said, well, Pedro, and at that time, let me tell you something. A lot of people hear now about Nicaraguan cigars, but 2006, everything was other cigars from other countries, and this one in particular was Dominican Republic. So it was a small factories, and actually it's not what everybody see nowadays. That you got people that go for tourism, you got people that they go and want to have their cigar branding and stuff like that. So not that I didn't have no faith. It was like when you graduate from school, your expectations have to be higher because you have to be optimistic and positive. You know what I mean? I was never afraid to be away from home. Otherwise, I was never going to be able to take the opportunity to go to the United States for school. I knew that it was 2 long years without having the opportunity to see my family, talking to my mother once a month in a farm that was in a neighbor house. And, it was difficult. But at the same time, I was like, man, opportunities, you got a building and everything started off by one little shot. The only thing that we all need in life is one shot. And then from that opportunity, how you administrate that, how you put your effort into that, how you take advantage in a very good way towards that, and how you give your best, that's how another opportunity is going to come. And another opportunity is going to come. Before you know, you got so many opportunities. Everybody would be like, man, he's lucky. No, that is not fucking luck. If that would be luck, everybody would be fucking millionaires buying the fucking lottery every fucking week. And excuse me that now my language went off the rail. But yeah, man, I think that, yeah, from that point on, it has been, being mindful, being mindful. Always think before you act, and no matter what, you have to think positively.
100% agree. So my last question before we get into Drew Estate is, in those years that you spent over here in the U.S. the first time, give me one experience that you had that still sticks with you, because I'm sure being over here, never seeing, the States, never living in Iowa, or the way the people are in Iowa, it had to be a different eye-opening experience. But give me something that sticks with you to this day.
Funny one, or
something that touches you, something that just, when you think about that time, that, the first time over here, that you're like, that's a story that will stay with me forever.
Wow, man, I got so many, man. I think that, let me pick a very good one. This one is a good one. A friend of mine, he was a teacher. He invited me and other 2 friends to make a road trip. We went from Davenport, Iowa in a car, and just camping in every state park around. And we went to Philadelphia, we went to New York, and we saw those big cities. It was mind blowing, especially when you are crossing one of those bridges getting into Manhattan. I think it's like Brooklyn Bridge, and you see that city that is coming like a raging bull towards you. It's an experience that you say, wow, the United States of America. That was unbelievable, man. And I think that was something that really opened up your mind, because those experiences, Charles, is about every experience change you in ways that you could not even believe. You could not understand it right now, but eventually around the road you will get it, which is how broad is your perception about the world. And that one was a very good one. And I think that that's something that obviously not too many people got the opportunity to live. But from every experience that you live is unique, because we all have very unique experience. Another good one, which was very, very interesting, funny for some people, but it was very cool to me, was the first time that I saw snow. And it was like, I couldn't understand the weather report guy, and I didn't know that that day we would have snow in Davenport. And it was like at the Scott Community College, they have in the cafeteria they have walls, glass walls, so you can see everything outside. So we went to school. It was a cold day. When we left from one class to get to another one, we saw everything white. I was like, oh my God, that's the snow. So I went outside, touched the snow and everything. And all the local students from, from college, they said, what the hell is going on with that guy? Well, that snow never left us. It was like 4 months straight, gray skies, cold winters. And at that point, I realized, oh my God, I was really cold. But it was nice. I mean, those are the experiences that really change you, because, it is something that we don't see in our country. And back in that time, obviously before social media and everything, we knew the United States towards movies, towards sport. If that was the NBA finals happening in Chicago, Michael Jordan was playing, then they have those view of the city, this American Center of United States Center. I mean, it was like, wow, man, and you never imagine, even in your wildest dream, that you will have the opportunity to see that. And even when I had the opportunity to see a big city, it was when we did a school trip from the college, and we went to Chicago, and it was like, wow, man, this is unbelievable. Because in Davenport, it's a beautiful city. They don't have big buildings that you will see in a well-established metropolis city in the United States. But yeah, man, so, I mean, stories, bro, stories of our life.
So let's go ahead and go in. I'm going to let you go ahead and talk about it, because I know there's a lot of different journeys that you took once you got in with Drew Estate. So let's go ahead and talk about that one.
Yeah, man. So when I joined Drew Estate, first year, doing everything, and then second year, they gave me the opportunity to be the operation manager assistant. At that point, I started to see, and I was helping, but I was truly understanding, working with different people that manage different departments, from people that manage the tobacco warehouse, with people that manage the fermentation department, people that manage the packaging department, people that manage the quality control department, people that manage the production floor, people that buys tobacco from the tobacco farms. I was spending time with all of them, because I was working with them, creating reports, also being the translator when people from the United States were coming to Nicaragua for meetings. So I was the translator. So I started to see how the factory functioned, what the people in the United States were looking for, what was the information that the factory was giving, to them. And at that time, I was able to work in a very close way with people such as Jonathan Drew, the founder of Drew Estate, Steve Saka, at that time being the president, then the CEO, the founder of Dunbar Tobacco and Trust, Steve Saka right there, and then Nicolas Melillo, and my other boss, Manuel Rubio, the general manager of the factory, also working with the CFO of the factory of Drew Estate. It was nice, man. I got the opportunity to work with them, learn from them. I learned as much as I could from everybody, asking all different type of questions. And then it got to the opportunity that I was giving the tours to everybody that was coming to the factory. And I'm talking about
so
the backpack.
Really quickly, I want to ask you something.
Okay.
So two of the most polarizing people in cigars, Jonathan Drew, which we just found out recently, his name is not Jonathan Drew, which blew everybody in the cigar industry's mind.
Yes.
And Steve Saka.
Yes.
So really quick, before you move on to going into the tours, what was your first thoughts when you first met Jonathan Drew? And what was your first thoughts when you met Saka?
Well, when I first met Jonathan Drew was, I remember Nicolas said to me, hey, get ready because the boss is coming next week. And I was like, yes, I put myself presentable, my church outfit. And then I was waiting for the guy, and then out of the blue, the guy came out to the factory. I saw a guy wearing short t-shirt and a hat just like this, backwards, and sandals. Yes. And I was like, man, what is the boss? I was waiting a guy with a suit and tie. And he said, hey, very nice to meet you. My name is Jonathan Drew. And I was like, hey, very nice to meet you, sir. My name is Pedro. Don't call me sir. So it's very nice to meet you. I heard about you from Nicolas, so thank you so very much for being with us. Thank you so very much. I'm very happy to be with you. So one thing that showed me who showed me who Jonathan Drew was, still is. When we were walking inside of the factory, I saw Jonathan hugging everybody. The people that clean the floor, knowing everybody by name, giving the love, the genuine love that somebody that truly appreciates the hard work toward other people might have. That was something that I never heard such a thing. And from things that you might hear, especially in countries, third world countries like Nicaragua, whoever is the boss is a person that, let me put the right words. It's the person that probably you're not gonna have, or you are not gonna build a personal relationship with, because everything is about work. But with Jonathan, I saw, wow, man, this is very unique. And then at that point, that's when I said to myself, if I'm gonna work for somebody, that's gonna be. And I saw Jonathan with a big heart, and everybody say, hey, how are you, Jonathan? And he was getting food for everybody. It was awesome, man. Things that I will never experience in my life, period, to that time. When I met Steve, obviously, him being the boss, and very knowledgeable, very respectful, a person that we learn a lot from, very strict, and that's Steve Saka. And Steve Saka, beautiful thing about him is that he is who he is, and no matter who the other person is. I think if you're gonna get somebody straight up, it's gotta be in the industry, gotta be him. And for him, his work speaks through himself. You can see who Steve Saka is by he makes amazing cigars. The knowledge that he has is unbelievable. Everybody that have been part of Drew Estate has been part of Drew Estate for a reason, and it's beautiful for my end to see them succeed, to see them doing well, and it is amazing, man. I think that the cigar industry is a very unique industry where you can really feel the personal side of people. Jonathan, a very visionary person, very clever when it comes to how everything started with Drew Estate. What started with a little kiosk at the World Trade Center Mall in New York City, selling one cigar at a time. And then for him moving to Nicaragua, not knowing the language, with no money, and start off with a factory without having any relationships, or having somebody from family relative that will back you up to say, hey, go to that guy, he's gonna lend you some tobacco bells, or go to that guy, he's gonna lend you some rolling tables. So literally he put everything what he got, and then he run with it. I would say that for Jonathan, not for Jonathan, I would say for Drew Estate, it's not what a brand is. It's about the people that believe, that work, and give their best for that brand to be thriving or surviving in the market.
100%.
Because
I think that, his story has a lot of similarities. I know it's not him being in school and coming over here, but a lot of the same struggles that you had coming from Nicaragua all the way to here, he had going from New York to there. I think, his story is very special, and I think his story would fit well on something like what we do here. He's a bucket list item that I would love to have on here.
Oh my God, Jonathan Drew. Oh my God. One story about Jonathan.
Go ahead.
When he started with the factory, he was sleeping in a rolling mattress in the floor. He was the first one getting up. He was the last one going to bed, because he was living where he was working, which was the little factory where he started with 6 people. And basically, why he was doing that, and the way how he was doing, getting up every day early in the morning, because if your coworkers see you sleeping in the floor, they will be like, man, this guy is not gonna pay my payroll, so I better look for a job in another factory. But the good thing about Drew Estate always took care of us. During the financial crisis, believe it or not, we felt that one like so hard in Nicaragua, because out of the blue, Drew Estate was out of money, because everything was about bank loans. And one of the hard decisions that Jonathan did with the people, the executive at that time, was to keep everybody working in the factory, working half day, but for all of us to get paid as we were working full time, because sales were going downhill in the United States. So we could not produce the amount of cigar that we were producing when people were not buying them. So in order to slow down the factory, was about producing less, but still having the same amount of people. And it was like 4 to 5 or maybe 6 months that we went through that path. What started off in the United States, August 2008, by December, we were feeling it. So we were from January to maybe May or maybe June, just working half day. And I think that other companies, they could not afford having people working half day. People were getting laid off. But that's something that shows you the character of who you're working with. and where you at. And I think, yeah, Jonathan Drew do his stories, how he built everything from scratch. It's amazing, man. It's
Yeah, that
mind
would
blowing.
definitely be a story that, you know, I hope that one day we can get him on here to tell
Mm-hmm.
his origin story,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people know the cliff notes of how he got started, but they always start into, you know, the middle of his story. I would like what we've done with you. I would love to go deep dive into, you know, what brought him up. I'm going to go ahead and let you finish up and talk about how you got to where you are now before we get into hot box questions. And I
Oh,
know that
absolutely.
you've got some stuff you've got to get into, so
Yeah. So
we
absolutely,
go
man.
ahead,
Well,
brother.
so yeah. So I was working in operation. Then after that, Jonathan gave me the opportunity to run the tourism department of Drew Estate, a program that was called Cigar Safari. I got the opportunity to meet a lot of retailers and consumers. At that point, it was Jonathan Drew giving the tours, and I was the assistant of whoever was coming to Nicaragua and lead the tours. And then it got to the point that 2 years later, so 3 years later, they gave me the opportunity to run the whole tours by myself. And then, long story short, by 2011, when Jonathan found out that I got my education background, so he said to me, "We don't have nobody to run our international sales, and I want you to run the international sales." So I was like, "All right, I'm down." And then, but I said to Jonathan, "I know how to sell the whole factory, but I don't know how to sell a cigar." So don't worry, I'm gonna send you to a sales training in Miami, and then they're gonna teach you how to do it. So long story short, came to Miami for a sales training. It was 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I have to know how to do it. And when they gave me the job, obviously at that time, the CAO of Drew Estate, no, yeah, the vice president of Drew Estate was Mike Solucci. And Mike Solucci said to me after he saw my sales presentation that I did with a mask that I have. That was the whole ritual of Drew Estate back in the days. You have to put a mask, like not the Undertaker, but some of those like the guys that do the WrestleMania and stuff like that. You know, a wrestling mask, and you gotta give a sales presentation. So I did my part, and then afterwards they called me to the VP of sales to his office, and he said, "Pedro, you know, I know that Jonathan has other plans for you, but if I was me, I will immediately give you a phone, a computer for you to sell." And at that time, I was like, "Wow, man, thank you so much," because the expectation, the pressure that you might have from other people, or not the pressure, but I would say that, I'm putting in a very good, beautiful words. Probably the disbelief that back in that time somebody from Nicaragua will be working in, like maybe working in sales and not, like doing factory work. You didn't see that one. So, and I was very young too. And then I was like, man, when he said, "Man, you got the job," I start crying because at that time was a lot of memories that came to my head. The memories that I had when I was in the saddle shop, the memories that I had growing up, and going to school and work, painful memories from childhood. And now that I see an opportunity coming in my hand, it was like, wow. So I started to manage the international sale. It was just me. I was managing everything from the factory in Nicaragua, and then from there, I got the opportunity to open 12 accounts, 12 different countries. I got the opportunity to travel with Jonathan Drew. I was coming to the United States for only for trade shows. And then I got the opportunity to go to trade shows in Germany, and it was nice. So I remember that I didn't have a suit and tie, obviously. How are you going to find a suit and tie in Estelí, Nicaragua? So a guy who took me to shopping here before we made the trip. And my friend, he's a very good friend of mine, and he said to me, "All right, Pedro, I'm gonna take you to get your suit and tie." He started to get me some suit and tie similar to, like colorful tie and stuff like that. I was like, "Man, come on, bro, this is not my style. I'm like to be low key, bro. Motherfucker, you don't have style." He was dressing me like John Travolta in Fever Night. I was like, come on, bro. But long story short, we went there, and then by 2012, Jonathan, he got a meeting with me, and he said, I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for an assistant in the United States. And at that time, I was kind of his assistant in the factory. And I want you to be that person. I was like, I'm down. Okay, so we're gonna look for an immigration attorney, and then so long story short, Drew Estate brought me to the United States in 2013 with a work visa, and then 3 years later, Drew Estate sponsored my green card. And then, thank you so very much, man. And then 5 years after, which I'm always gonna be grateful to, to everybody that they have been put me along the way. I got the biggest honor to become an American citizen, and then it has been, God has been amazing, and obviously the United States has been giving us so much, not just to the people that are born and raised in this beautiful country, but also to a lot of people that indirectly they benefit of the goodwill of the United States. So to me, God bless all of us, and it has been beautiful. So now, what I do for Drew Estate, I've been traveling since 2013. From 2013 to 2015, I was still managing Cigar Safari. So from January to May, I was in Estelí, Nicaragua, leading all the Cigar Safari tours. And then from June to December, I was traveling all around the United States. By 2015, the CEO of Drew Estate, he asked me, hey, Pedro, we need you in Nicaragua, well, we need you here. So you are no longer going to be running the tours. We need you to be here the whole year around. I was like, okay, I'm down. And then, I knew that I would be far away from home again. And I say, if this is what God has in store for me, let's see where we can go from here. Then I've been traveling for 13 years, I think this year, and very happy, I will never be where I am without the support from other people, without people giving me the opportunity, without the hard work. This one, I'm saying this one with my chest. Without the hard work of everybody that live and work in this beautiful cigar industry in my country, in my hometown, Drew Estate factory. Because what you see in cigar magazine is one thing. What you see in social media is another thing. But let me tell you something. When somebody gives you a cigar for you to try, there are hundreds. Everybody say, oh, hundreds. No, I'm going to say thousands of hands that they make sure that handmade product is at the most beautiful quality level that you could ever experience. Those are the ones that I said thank you, because all of us we do a job because that's how we can support ourselves and our family. But in terms of the cigar, so many people, man. It's not about how clever you are or how smart you are. None of that means nothing, because this thing is is teamwork. If somebody shines, we all shine. If everybody shines, well, somebody's gonna shine. And I think for Drew Estate, we are where we are with the hard work of the people in Nicaragua, the leadership of Drew Estate, the people that are in the executive level, the hard work of the sales department, especially the guys that travel every day, managing accounts all around the United States. People that create beautiful ideas, how we can represent a new cigar coming into the market, how we can live a story that will live in a cigar. And I think that obviously we will never be where we are without the support of the people that enjoy our product. I'm talking about people that support Drew Estate. It's not about how many boxes of Drew Estate cigars you buy. It's about if somebody can afford a cigar a week or a cigar a month, that person can buy another cigar for another person to try. If that cigar is Drew Estate, God bless you. And I think that, you know, this one is about all of us. You know, we're into to do something special and beautiful. It takes a village. It will never
Absolutely,
be
man.
one man show, you know.
Man, I love how humble you are and how much. I mean, obviously you had that a little bit tougher beginning, and you work your ass off to get where you are today, man. And just seeing how humble you are, and really giving all that credit back to your roots and how you were brought up, man. I absolutely love that, man. That's probably my favorite part about this interview is just how blessed you are and how humble you are along the way, man. It's just amazing. I guess for time's sake, we would love to ask you some hot box questions and kind of put a little bit of a bow on this, man. And before we go into this, and I usually say this after hot box, but I just want to say real quick, man, you always have an open invite. If you want to jump back on some night, you have a little more time, or if you have a product that Drew Estate's coming out with that you guys want to promote, or if you want to put us in contact with JD, that's cool too. Just letting you know. But just let us know. But
absolutely,
we always like to ask, would you like to play some hot box questions?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Let's
so
see
tonight,
how
hot box
they are.
questions. So tonight, hot box questions are brought to you by Beard Apothecary.
Y'all know me. You know how I earn a living. Beard Apothecary. Got tattoos? We got you covered. Got a pretty mustache? Got you covered. Got a dirty beard? Yeah, got that covered. Wash it, condition it. Got a beard? How about this? We got you. Order that stuff. Here's to swimming with bow-legged women.
All right. Huge thanks to John. Still love that ad spot. Mick, you have question number 1. Go ahead and go for it.
All right. I'm interested to see the answer on this one. And I always start with this one. What is your favorite musical band or artist?
My favorite music or band.
Yeah.
I mean, band,
music
band or artist, right?
Yes, sir.
Wow, man, I got so many, dude.
I need music for the post-show promos, so I got to have something to put to you. You know what I mean? So,
Bob Dylan, knocking heaven's
Dylan.
door.
Love it.
Or the Rolling Stone, I guess. You know, that's a good one too. Clear Water. Holy moly! Now I'm going to the old stuff. Or maybe Tupac Shakur. How about that one?
You know what? I will use all 3 of those, brother. I got you. Just wait. They'll be on your next promo. It'll be great. Appreciate it, brother.
All right. So question number 2. If you could relive one day of your life exactly how it was, tell me about that day.
Oh, man, dude. Oh, man. Wow. I got so many milestones. But I'm going to say when Drew Estate gave me the job that day, when they say, yeah, Pedro, come tomorrow, I was like so happy. I was like, wow, man, yes. Oh my God, this is it. Okay, now it's on, and now God is the best. And yeah, man, I would say that one, because when you are running out of options and you know that you got bills to pay, not that you own bills, but helping your family to buy food, and you know that with that job, you know that, dude, it's like thinking, man, the cigar industry, yes, Estelí. And at that point, I didn't even realize what was the cigar industry of Nicaragua in the United States. It was like, wow, man. Until now, you know, obviously, in all these years, cigars that are in the United States commercialized come from Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, and Honduras. Obviously, you know, other countries like Cuba, but you cannot buy Cuba here in the United States. But I would say that day, man, I was very happy, man. Happy like a camper.
Awesome. So, Mick, question number 3.
Yeah. So, if you could smoke a cigar with any person, dead or alive, historical figure, not any person, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Oof. Huh. You know, I'm very into history. I love a lot of history stuff. I That will be maybe Churchill, a legendary cigar smoker. Of course.
That's a good one.
All right. So question number 4. I'm not sure when your uncle passed. When did your uncle pass?
He passed on November 7th, 2013.
November 7th. That's my grandfather's birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man.
So my question to you is, with all the experiences that you've had over the last 20 some years, going from, working the saddle shop, helping provide for your family, going to school, getting your scholarship, going to Drew Estate, working your way up from the ground at Drew Estate to where you are now. If you had a moment to sit down with your uncle and tell him, hey, this is what's happened, what would you tell him?
Oh my God, man, Well, I remember when I was applying for the scholarship, I was praying to God every day, in the morning, at night. And because in the house that I was living in, I was sharing the bedroom with my uncle because I was helping him, whatever he need at night. And I remember him telling me, Pedro, if they don't give you the opportunity, it's not going to be the end of the world, right? Because he saw that I was so determined. And another one was when I came back and then I got the opportunity to get a job at Drew Estate. And at the factory, I was working a lot. Sunday and a Monday, it was the same day for me. Day and night working at the factory, I got the opportunity to share with him. And this one is even more intimate because first year the Drew Estate moved me over here. I had the opportunity to go back to Nicaragua. I scheduled my trip to Nicaragua 2 days before, just to have quality time with my family. And I had the opportunity to share the last few hours with my uncle before he passed away. And I remember that on those digital cameras, you remember those cameras that you take a picture and then the picture is right there in a memory card? So I was showing my uncle all the places that I have been in the United States. He said, wow, Pedro, that's nice, man. But I miss you, man. Maybe you take me one day. I was like, yes, I'm going to take you one day. Because I was very, very close to him. And obviously the following day, he passed away. I remember telling my mother, don't worry about the funeral service. I'm going to take care of all of that. We got another uncle that when he passed away, and I took him to the hospital. I was very young, and I kind of saw him pass away. And I was maybe like 8 years old. He was the other uncle that was in a wheelchair. And we could not afford to buy a casket. And I remember that we got his body, and there was no casket. And then, we couldn't afford to do that. But with my uncle Pedrito, I said, don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of all of that. And with my uncle Pedrito, I will tell him if I ever, obviously, maybe one day we're going to see our loved ones. One day. It will be like, everything is about having faith. Everything is about stay positive no matter what. Sooner or later, things are going to happen. And I always remember seeing him with that optimism spirit. And that was very contagious. That everybody said, hey, how you doing, Pedrito? I'm doing good. How you doing? And you can see, if you are a person that, you got your legs, your arms and everything, and you are still negative, come on, man. There's other people that would love to have what you got. So my aim, I would say, well, God is the best. That will be it, yes.
That's beautiful, man. And guaranteed, someone of faith, him looking down, he knows what you've done and he's proud of you. So,
oh man, God is the best, my man.
Good. I love that. All right, so we have 2 questions left from you or for you, and both of those are our play it forward question or ask it forward questions. One of them is from the guest from last week. He has a question for you, and one is from our Patreon members. He has a question for you as well. But our Ask It Forward questions are brought to you by Southpaw Stogies.
Hey everyone, I'm Wes Chandler with Southpaw Stogies. If you're looking for a new cigar lounge, especially in the Lebanon, Tennessee area, boy, have I got the place for you. Come on, let me invite you inside. Here at Southpaw Stogies, we're not just a cigar lounge, we're a community. Whether you're a cigar enthusiast or new to smoking, we want to make sure that you feel right at home. Not only do we do cigars, but if you're looking for a great drink, we've got a curated selection of alcohol, craft beer, and oh yes, we do coffee as well. And most importantly, we want to make sure that you feel right at home at Southpaw Stogies, and we hope we see you soon.
So a huge thanks at Wes at Southpaw Stogies. Yeah, I mean,
Stogies, yes,
he's got a fantastic lounge. We were there a couple of weeks ago for our HERF, for the TriStar HERF crew. Such a beautiful lounge. Nice. All right, so our first question is going to come to you from our guest from last week. It was Sean from Pew Pew Tactical.
Hey Pedro, my Ask It Forward question is this: Marcus Aurelius once said, "Our happiness depends upon the quality of our thoughts." What do you think about that?
Wow, man. Shout out to my man right here. Wow, that's a very big question right there. Well, I'm gonna put it like this. Happiness is something that you create. It is something that you cannot buy. Obviously, everybody have heard of that one. You cannot buy happiness, but you have to create. And you gotta take the good and the bad. And when you take the good and the bad, and you know how ugly the bad times have been, and when something good happens, wow, man. That's happiness. If you can share that happiness with your loved ones, oh my God, you never know who you're gonna make, what day you're gonna make for somebody. So, I mean, happiness is about being shared, and if you got somebody to share your happiness with, go for it. If you can share, and this one is even very, very important, cheer somebody for his happiness or her happiness. That's even way more important, because it doesn't matter how blue the day could be, there is always a beautiful day after every sunrise.
That's a fantastic answer. And me and Mick just smiled at each other, because you said exactly what one of my questions usually is. And my question is usually, is happiness something we create or something that we look for? So you just answered that one. So we have one more question. Our final question is going to be brought to you by one of our Patreon members.
Hey guys, Alpaca here. Real simple question, I guess. When creating a cigar, how do you figure out what aromas, flavors, and other distinctions go together and will work together to make the perfect cigar?
Oh, wow. That's a very good one, man. Shout out to my man right here. Thank you so very much for supporting our cigar industry. And thank you so very much for keeping your mind open to try new cigars. Okay, so come back to his question. How we can put the flavor, the strength, and everything. How we create the new cigars. When it comes to create a new cigar, it's not as easy as it sounds. Everything starts off what kind of product you are pursuing, how distinguished that cigar is going to be from what you are already offering. If you are starting on this one, it's about what kind of statement would you like to create with your first cigar brand. And I think in that sense, it's about truly understanding what the market is looking for. And I think that that's the foundation of creating something. In terms of the flavors, the strength, the aromas, and the whole 9 yards, is based with the tobacco that you work with. Obviously, in order to make a good cigar, you have to use good tobacco. That good tobacco comes from different countries. From those countries comes from different tobacco regions. From those tobacco regions, it comes from different tobacco farms. From those tobacco farms, it comes from different plot lands, and depends on the tobacco seed, depends of how you grow the tobacco, how you cure the tobacco, how you ferment the tobacco. And then after that is about the person that put the blend together. What kind of cigar, what flavor profile that person would like to achieve. Because when it comes to cigars, premium cigars, black tobaccos, how you put the fillers, and the filler you got Seco, Viso, and Ligero together, how they go in a very harmonious way with the binders, how the grapper plays very well with that foundation of cigars. And the strength, always you're gonna get it because it's tobacco, and then you know you're gonna get the strength, but the flavor is very different. But the most difficult thing to achieve of blending a cigar is creating that complexity. When you smoke a cigar, how that cigar start, how that cigar goes, and how that cigar ends, and your palate is the most unique experience that end consumer will enjoy, and that's one of the reasons why people go back to something that they truly enjoy in the first place. It's up to a company or a cigar brand how consistent that cigar is going to be. And that consistency happens one cigar at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time, 1 year at a time, one decade after decade. And how you can build something that people gravitate to, that is a blessing. And due to the fact that it is made by hand, it is something that the gratification of somebody that smoked your cigar for the first time, that person has an amazing time, that's something that money cannot even buy. So when somebody comes to me and say, I love that cigar, I genuinely, I'm grateful that that person has something really good to enjoy, because in this beautiful world of premium cigars, it's not one cigar that will make somebody's night. It's so many great cigars, from a well-established brands to new uppercomings cigars that they give you so much. But everything start off, to the gentleman that asked this question, with the tobacco. Everything start off with the people that make those cigars.
Bravo, man. Bravo. I honestly don't know, in 88 episodes of doing this, if anyone has explained the process with as much passion and love as you just explained it, man. That was beautiful. It was really well said, man. I mean,
thank you, sir.
Just awesome. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this up a little bit, man. I'm gonna first say again, man, we're truly honored to have you on here tonight. You have a lot of stories to tell, and there was a lot of things that I wanted to ask secondary questions on that we really didn't get to. So again, sometime down the line, man, maybe we'll do this again. We'll revisit, yes. And we can definitely dig into some more of the industry days and some more of the stuff that you've done along the way. We greatly appreciate having you on. Let's take a minute, I guess, and let you tell everybody. I mean, everybody knows where they can find you, but if they want to find you on Instagram, or they want to find anything you guys have coming up, any events you have coming up, promotions, let us know where everybody can find it.
Yeah, so basically, everybody can find me on Instagram, Drew Estate Pedro. Facebook is Pedro Gomez Rodriguez. Drew Estate Cigars, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Events coming up. Well, I'm going to be a family reunion in Kentucky, the first weekend of September. Then after that, I got some events coming up, very good ones. That's going to be in Bulgaria, Sofia, Bulgaria. Then on that same week, we're going to be in Italy and Milan doing Drew Estate events. Then coming back, we're going to be in Pennsylvania, the Smoke Rings, Cigar Barn, right there in Pennsylvania. Then after that, we're gonna be in New Jersey, doing cigar events as well, and as well as Delaware. That's gonna be next month. But in the meantime, it doesn't matter where you at, whoever is watching this, go to our Drew Estate events. They are popping up, trust me, all over the country. Go to www.drewestate.com. You're gonna see all the events that are happening right in your city. But if you got the opportunity to drive to a close city or maybe to another state, trust me, you are gonna love your time with us. And as well, if you got the opportunity to go and support other people cigars event, because it's beautiful. When it comes to cigars, it's not what you see in your hand, it's the stories, the beautiful stories that are behind those cigars.
Hell yeah, that's what we try to do every week, brother. And real quick, where was the one in Pennsylvania you said about? Because I just moved back to Pennsylvania. So
where in Pennsylvania are you at?
Dead center of the state, man. I'm like 3 hours to Philly, 3 hours to Pittsburgh. I'm like dead center of the state, man.
Okay, I'm gonna let you know right now. So Pennsylvania, here we go. Okay, there it is. So I'm gonna look for our territory manager. There it
I
is.
guess we could have done this offline. I apologize to all of
No,
our
don't
viewers.
worry. I'm
I
glad that you
apologize.
said that because we can talk about this one. So this one is going to take place Tuesday, September 22nd. I'm gonna be at Cigar Barn, and that location is 45 minutes from Philadelphia. And then we're gonna be in Hasselton, Pennsylvania at Cigar Box or Cigar Ring Cigar Lounge. That's gonna be Wednesday, September 23rd. Those are gonna be good. We're gonna have tons of cigars, beautiful swag, special cigar for you to try, great deals, and yes. So come around, have a cigar with us.
Yeah.
Did you say you were doing a family? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say.
I was gonna say.
23rd. I'm sorry. One of the 23rd is actually probably only about an hour from me, so I'm gonna see what I can do for that one. I'll be in touch, brother. I'll be in touch.
That will be great, my man. If I can meet you in person, that would be my pleasure.
Same, 100%, brother.
So did you say you were doing a family reunion in Kentucky?
Yeah, so Family Reunion is a Drew Estate experiential cigar event that we do in a beautiful castle that is in
I know where that castle is.
Yeah, so that one is going to be
outside Lexington is where I grew up.
Oh, there you go. So where are you at right now, Charles?
I'm outside Knoxville, Tennessee right now.
Oh, very good. So this one is in Kentucky, and yes, so we're gonna be in that castle. It's gonna be Drew Estate and the Titans of the Bourbon War. People from Pappy Van Wilco, people from Angels Envy, other people from Brother of the Leaf, other people from Buffalo Trace, Rod Dietrich, the master distillery from Blackett American Whiskey from Metallica is gonna be there. It's going to be great food, great swag, beautiful, beautiful
time. The castle is awesome.
And amazing bourbon for sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave you with this one. So this is from one of our Patreon members as well as one of our club brothers. He is from New Zealand. He says, heck yeah, Pedro. God is good all of the time. All of the time, God is good.
Amen.
So I'm going to give you that one. But I'm going to say thanks so much for jumping on here. We appreciated it. We'll be reaching out to you for a play it forward question for next week. Yes. But like I said to you in the green room, I hope you leave this going, I absolutely enjoyed it. So whether you did or didn't, at least lie to us and say it was good.
Truly enjoy it. And I mean, with you guys are doing an amazing job. And thank you so very much. Seriously. You don't know how much we appreciate your hard work, your time, educating end consumers out there, educating retailers, literally bringing stories that we barely share. And obviously for this one, it's a beautiful thing, man. I think that, we all have purpose. Everybody have a purpose. If we are still breathing, as we are still living today, is because we are still in the course to keep doing what our true purpose is in life. And what you guys are doing right here are touching people's life. Not the us that we come with, that we got the honor to be in your beautiful platform with the Real Smoke podcast, but for the people that are listening to this, that are loyal audience to your beautiful show. So thank you so very much, my man. Thank you guys.
Well, I was going to say, I was going to ask you to wrap it up, but you just did. Have a great night. We will talk to you soon. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much.
God bless you guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, brother.
God bless, bro. So just like that, episode 88 is in the books, and we just got to talk with Pedro. And I will say, correct me if I'm wrong, we got better stories than most people did. By the way, we did start something last week on a scale of 1 to 10 as we go into some of the future stuff. I need you in the audience right now to rate what you thought this podcast was. 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. Start giving us what your rating is. So, Mick, what'd you think?
I will say this. Anyone who knows me well, on the show, off the show, at Hearst, in a bar, with a few drinks, without a few drinks, I typically take over a room. I am out of my skin right now because I couldn't take over anything. That guy can take over a room. I mean, it was great. Don't get me wrong. But I had questions. And I didn't get to them. So, yeah.
That's what I was texting you. I've still got so much more. But when we first, awesome. I got a message today, midday, that said, "Hey, I've got a jet at 9:00. I've got another meeting I got to be on. I am so sorry. I want to hang out with you." So I text Mick and said, but I sent him the screenshot, and he's like, "What do we do?" I said, "We got 3 options. 1, reschedule. 2, go with it. Or 3, see if we can push it back an hour and see if we can hit it." He said, "See if we can push it back." So I sent it to Pedro, and Pedro's like, "Thank you so much." So knowing in my head that he's got to be out by 9, I'm sending Mick timestamps. We've got 20 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we hit it. He was out the door at 9:00.
On the nose.
We got it.
And don't take it wrong. I'm not disappointed by the interview. It was better than any one I've ever listened to. And that's not patting us on the back. I think we got more out of who he really is and behind the scenes. And that's what we do. But, damn, I was sitting here like, all right, I'm going to ask this next. And then he'd hit on exactly what I was going to say. I'm like, I give up. I'm just sitting here watching. But it was good, man. It was really good.
Well, see, it was another interview that I caught myself just doing this, leaning in, because I thought I was watching a documentary because he was going through it. And he's another guy that we talked to that's got so many stories that I want to get back on. I just don't know where to take it.
Yeah.
Because it would be like, okay, tell me this story. So really hope that he enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. Would like to go through some of what people said. So
real quick, I do think that I think the fact that it was bothering me is because we typically have to lead the conversation a little bit more, at least for most of the interview. I didn't have to do shit tonight, and I'm sitting here like, all right, what do I do now? What do I do with my hands? You know, I have no clue. It was crazy, but it was a good interview.
I'm over here trying to conduct. I'm sending you messages about how many questions I've got left, what the timestamp is. I'm trying to interact with, the chat that's going on my phone, because I really can't bring any questions up because I don't know what to do. And I know people realize that the front of the show, the 4 that was on because they realized we were on early, realized that was completely rushed. I mean, you could see the look on our faces. We're just trying to push stuff through because we know we don't have any time. But huge thanks to everybody. We got some ratings coming in. Smoking Thompson says 10 out of 10. Thank you. Smoke Check 114. New name.
Stick around. You
gives us a 10.
Oh yeah.
Robin Cigars are 9.625. I can live with it. Hologram, a 9. Got it.
Okay.
Podcast was 7 out of 10 from Team Money. Fun night. 7 out of 10.
It was my contributions, wasn't it, T? It was my contributions, I think. No, probably wasn't.
The real T Money, not the Creek Money, says, anyone want to hang out for another hour? No.
We're gonna try not to.
We probably got about 30 minutes left in us, so hang around for that one. He has an amazing story. So, hey, Mick, I need you. We did skip one thing, and it's even on my list of stuff to do.
Okay.
We never gave out hashtags.
Damn. Okay. So people need to put them in. Yeah.
So
hashtag.
we kind of need to tell everybody about that one, right?
Yeah, because I posted it late as well on Instagram. So, yeah, tonight's prizes. If you have not won this month, if your name is not Greg the Smoking Sicilian or Little Debbie, you are entered to win. So put in hashtag Real Smoke. If you have never won anything from us ever, never, ever, ever, put in hashtag Real Smoke New, NEW. Or as Charles pointed out in the opener, it kind of looks like hashtag Real Smoking Ew. So, yeah.
I think that's going to be my new thing. Real Smoking Ew.
Ew. Yeah.
Ew.
It does kind of look like that. Now that you said it, I'll never see it.
You'll never not see it.
Yeah.
Real Smoking Ew. All right. So, guys, go ahead and put that stuff in the chat. So, one thing that we did decide to do, we are going to hold back because we didn't have enough time to collect ourselves because of a short notice. We are going to hold back and do the Burn Line giveaway next week. We also want to help out that podcast. So we do have 10 random cigars I'm going to mail out next week for the Burn Line Brotherhood podcast. Go check them out on YouTube. Burn Line Brotherhood podcast. All you have to do, go subscribe, go like episode 3. That's the one with us, and go comment. You can comment on other people's comments. They all count. So we will do a drawing next week on our 2-year anniversary show. Next week. Tune in. Check it out. 2 years. 2 freaking years. 2 years.
How many podcasts do you think, besides craziness like Joe Rogan or somebody, how many podcasts do you think hit 90 shows or 89 shows in fucking in 2 years? Not many. We're insane.
The statistic is most podcasts are completely done by 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So us hitting 2 years is we're done. Well, I mean, we do have an episode coming up. It's potentially signed. We haven't got the 100% signed, but episode 101 should happen the second week of December. And because it's episode 101, it's going to be with the one and only Matt Booth once again. The last time that we had him on here, we lost our platform and got deplatformed and had to start all over. So if that happens again, I'm sorry, I'm done.
Yeah, we might do a live here and there just for shits and giggles, but yeah, we're done. We'll give everybody back their Patreon money and give out a bunch of prizes and call it a day. Fuck it.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, so what do we got left?
So we got a couple of things left to do. We do have cigar review prizes to give away. We're going to give away 2 $25 gift cards to Cigar Vault Oakdale, and we have meanwhile in not Memphis. So let's go ahead and jump into the cigar review. Tonight's cigar review is brought to you by none other than the Cigar Army.
Tonight's cigar review is proudly sponsored by Cigar Army. The Cigar Army is a community brought together by their shared love of cigars, but bonded by something much deeper, their mission to give back to those in need. Through Operation Give Back, they honor the courage and dedication of our military and first responders, both active and retired. Their bravery and selflessness make the freedoms we enjoy possible, including this very moment to sit here, share a cigar, and connect with our Real Smoke audience. Every puff carries a story. Every draw is a tribute to their sacrifices. This isn't just about cigars, it's about gratitude, about compassion, and about giving back to the heroes who shaped our lives. Join them in the mission to make a difference, one cigar at a time. Check them out on Instagram at Cigar Army 3 or search Cigar Army on Facebook. Together, we can turn our passion into purpose.
So before you start, I just happened to look at my phone and there were some people in the chat, and I think you might want to hear these.
Okay.
So, Smoke Check 114, congratulations on 2 years. Huge thanks. Appreciate that. I hope that you have liked, subscribed, and done all those wonderful things. Smoking Sicilian says, never quit, no mercy. Yes. By the
Okay.
way, keep that thought in your head.
Yes, coming soon.
Just saying. Mark, you guys just started up, in my opinion, consistently getting better and better.
I appreciate that,
man. And then Sicilian says, Mark, I agree.
Man,
So, and
you guys
I guess he has liked and subscribed. So, guys, we are trying. I mean, we really tried to express it to Pedro that we did not want all the stories that he had given to 750 different podcasts. We wanted to bring out some stories.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give you the backstory, the look inside of what these people have to offer and what made them who they are. And again, we hope that resonates and that is something that you guys enjoy. So
I like
you guys to say that
I like to consider us the gynecologists of the cigar industry. We give you a good look inside every time. So anyway, cigar review. Nobody? All right, cool.
No,
I thought that was pretty good.
I'm done with that one, but go for it. I'll listen. I've got to go.
I was thinking the same. I'll do a LeBeau, a JJ LeBeau.
I'm going to do a LeBeau. I'll be back.
Yep. Cool. Awesome. So this week we smoked the, I thought that was a good one, the Drew Estate El Tigre Dominicano box press. So aroma from the body, musty barnyard, light cocoa, natural tobacco sweetness. Aroma from the foot, golden raisins, not the brown ones, the golden ones. Light hay. Taste from the cold draw was chalky, a little light oakiness, and a touch of raisin sweetness. First third notes, I got mild earth, black pepper, raisin, hints of cedar, here and there. It wasn't real strong in the first third. And light coffee. Retro was cedar, black pepper. Second, third notes, I got fresh ground coffee, dark roast coffee, dry earth. Creaminess appeared in the second. It really got a lot more heavy mouthfeel, and the creaminess appeared in the second third. Baking spices, cedar. Retro was black pepper and baking spice. Final third notes, roasted cashews. That was a new one that came in right there in the beginning of the final third. Heavy black pepper, espresso with cream, cinnamon notes at times, and charred wood. Retro was black pepper, coffee, and a little bit of nutmeg hints on the retro. Before that, I had two touch-ups, a little wavy. It wasn't bad, but I got over anxious and touched it up, but really good burn overall. The ash held about 1.5 inches. It was a great draw, perfect draw the whole way through. Amazing retro throughout. The retro was my favorite part of this cigar. Absolutely loved it. Pre-lit experience, 18 out of 20. Flavor enjoyment, 13 out of 15. Construction characteristics, 27 out of 30. Smoke production and final thoughts, 32 out of 35. I gave it a solid 90.
Dang, a 90.
Enjoyed it.
Right.
One of my favorite Drew Estates for a while, and it was great.
You know, after I posted the picture that I smoked it, I've had probably 7 or 8. I wish it was more like 6, 7, but probably 7 or 8. Oh, he missed that one completely. Oh man. 6, 7. Anyways,
I was trying not to listen.
Reach out to me, and half of them are I absolutely love the cigar. The other half is I absolutely hate the cigar.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I know a brother on here at the Real T Money over here. He was not a fan.
Wow.
So we had a conversation back and forth a little bit about that one, but just thought, do we need to let JJ know that we have coined the phrase, we need to do a JJ Lebo? I think he would get a kick out of it.
I'll reach out. I have his text number. I'll text him. I got him.
I think he should know. The podcast is literally taken up I have to go take a leak as a JJ Lebo.
As you say that, I'll be right back.
All right. So here we go. He just completely jumps off. No, I mean, why do people like close out the screen? My gosh. Anyways, hi. Welcome to the Cigar Review Hour, brought to you by the one and only Real Smoke. So tonight we have the Undercrown El Tigre, aroma off the body, chocolate, dark fruit, tobacco sweetness. Aroma off the foot, plum, sweet tobacco. Taste off the cold draw, dark fruit, tobacco sweetness. First third notes on the light, earth, charred oak, slight sweetness. Into the first third notes up front are earth, cinnamon, toast, and a floral sweetness. The retro is cinnamon, floral sweetness, toast, and earth. Draw is slightly open. Smoke is thick and chewy. Finish is salty and sweet. Burn is great. Ash is tight. And strength is about a medium. In the second, notes up front are coffee, oat, nutty, and a slight spice. The retro is coffee, woody, cedar, earth, and baking spice. Draw is good. Smoke is still thick. Finish is more salty than sweet. Burn is great, and the ash holds. Strength is still about a medium. In the final third, coffee, earth, oak, slight sweetness. The retro is earth, coffee, baking spice, woody, and a slight sweetness. Draw is good. Smoke is still thick. Finish is long and enjoyable. Burn is great, and the ash holds. Strength maybe got to a medium plus. So, score-wise, appearance, 9 out of 10. Aroma and cold draw, 9 out of 10. Flavor enjoyment, I gave it a 13 out of 15. Construction and characteristics, a 27 out of 30. The smoke production and final thoughts, I gave it a 31 out of 25. Strength, I gave it about a medium to medium plus. My score is an 89. So Mick scores the El Tigre a 90. I scored an 89. It gives it an 89.5. We round up to a 90. Real Smoke Podcast gives this cigar a 90. Let us know if you've tried this one, what you thought. Put it in the comments right now. Go ahead and do that one. What did you think about this cigar?
Oh, yeah. Good scores, man.
Well,
Good
let's
scores.
see. So Smoke Samsa says 6-7 has been mentioned. You know I have to get it in at least once a show just to piss Mick off.
I'm not listening.
Points deducted for the show for tonight, 6-7.
Love it.
Points added for the show for tonight, 6-7. So ironically, not funny. It's funny again.
Is that like a double negative or something?
Here's a new one. Chef Squatch Brent. I do it to my kids, and he hates it. Yes, I do it to mine as well. I hate it, but my kids hate it if I do it even more, so I do it constantly. Let's see. Rob Cigars are, or us, Touch Me from Joan Jett for the Gano post.
Bravo. That's a good one.
El
Tigre?
Tigre. Hologram. Hey, hologram, shut up.
Love it.
I mean, that's all I got to say to you. Shut up.
Love it.
Smoke Check 114. I tried it. It's pretty solid. I'd give it an 89. Thank you.
There you go.
So I
Not
got an
an
idea. I'm going to resend you one of the promo ads for our post for next week.
Yeah.
That has Pedro on it. I'm putting Pedro in a Santa suit.
Okay. I like it. He'll love that. It'll be great.
And it's got to say ho 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 ho
People won't know
ho.
what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one. That was a good one.
I've got to find a way to clip that one because I'm going to use that audio. It's going to be the intro to the music for our Christmas episode.
I already had it in my head too, man. I'm like, that would be so perfect. And then the music starts. It'd be beautiful. Love it. All right. So I guess we have some prizes. to
We
give
have
away.
2 prizes to give away. 2 $25 gift cards to the Cigar Vault. Let's see.
Hashtag
Mick,
real smoke. And hashtag
let's go ahead.
real
We'll
smoke.
go ahead and put those in there one more time. There they are.
Hashtag real smoke and hashtag real smoking ew. So yeah, just so you guys got that.
So we are going to do real smoking ooh first because once they've been drawn, they can't be drawn again.
Yeah, good
and
point.
we can skip over them.
Good point. I
So
like it.
go ahead and give everybody the rules, all that wonderful stuff.
Yeah, so for the first drawing, for the newbies, if you have not won ever from this show, put your name in there, use hashtag real smoking ew, and you'll have a good chance of winning. There's probably only a handful in here right now of newbies, so let's do this. We also try to beat the algorithm. Tonight, let's do 2 and 3. 2 and 3.
2 and 3. So for real smoking ew. We're going to roll it 2 times. The first person does not win. The second person hopefully wins. So
Hopefully.
if you see up here, it is episode 88 with Pedro Gomez. It does have real smoking ew, and exclude winners from doing multiple drawings has been clicked off. So how many do we have? We have 4 entries. Remember, you
Okay.
have to be in here live to win. You have about 30 mix seconds. Mix seconds can consist of 7 seconds. It could be 13 seconds, or it could be around 6 or 7 seconds.
Fuck.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So
Not paying attention.
here we go. The You Don't Win draw is going to be brought to you by, who's it not going to be? This is somebody who has never won from us before.
Okay.
T Money.
T Money's never
007.
won? Wow. And
It
he's even a
doesn't matter.
Patreon.
Because he can't win this one unless he gets drawn again.
Wow.
Number 2, this is going to be your winner.
Okay.
Epicurean Smokes.
Okay.
Has he never won from us before?
I don't know. Apparently not.
I don't remember. Okay, so I'm going to take you at your word for it, unless that if you have, you just tell us. But Epicurean Smoke, are you on here? He says nope, he has not won, and he has won now.
I thought nope, he was never on here. I thought nope, he wasn't on here. I thought that's what he meant by, oh, never mind.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to ask him. I'll ask you straight up, Epicurean Smoke. Have you ever won from the Real Smoke podcast before?
I'm going to write it down.
Come on, bro.
really
You were quick to answer earlier. Let's go.
Really should have a running list. He probably went to bed. Yeah, he answered.
There he is. He says he has not. So Epicurean Smoke, brother, thank you so much. What I need you to do is send Mick at the podcast Instagram page, send him your mailing name, address, phone number, as well as your email address, and we will get your gift card sent to you through email. And that'll be done in the next 48 hours.
I'll get you.
So go. Oh, Epicurean Smoke says he's never watched before. I guess it's because I see him on other podcasts that I thought he had been on here. So I know he does his own thing, and he has an amazing show. I watch his on there. So I do have to ask Epicurean Smoke, what did you think of tonight's episode?
Yeah, congratulations, man. That's awesome. I know I've seen that name around too, but you're right. It must be other places. That's crazy.
He has a fantastic following, and his content, damn, I want to be like him when I grow up.
Someday, if we stay at it and we work hard, that's what Pedro said. We might get there. Maybe.
So, I will take this as legitimate. He says, great show, nice interview. Thank you so much. I mean, spread the word, brother. All right, so you said the next one is what number?
3. Trace.
3. So let's go back into the Pedro Gomez, episode 88. It is going to be hashtag Real Smoke. And that is going to be if you haven't won from us this month. Meaning, it doesn't matter if you've won from us before. You just can't win from us this month. You have to be live to win. So here we go. Draw number 1. Remember, number 1 and number 2. You don't win. Sorry about your luck, Chuck. Draw number 1 is going to be
Cigars with Angel was in there. Damn, I haven't seen him for a minute.
Epicurean Smoke. Nice. Can't win again. Sorry. So let's see. Draw number 2. Cigars with Angel, number 2. Here's the winner. I keep seeing the Real T Money on here. He's got his Pestania picture on there. You need to go tell the boys on there on the next episode that we are freaking amazing and that we love them, and they should show us some more love. Just saying. Just kidding. Cigars with Angel is our winner. He has not won this month. Get You Ends Up is already on here saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Guess what? You didn't win. But Cigars with Angel, you have about 30 Mick seconds to say that you're on here still. Mick, go ahead and start your countdown.
4, 3.
Nope, there we go. Sweet, he's here. Cigars with Angel, you know what to do. You've won from us before. Go ahead, send Mick your mailing name, address, and phone number, email address. Do that stuff.
Hope everything's all right, Angel, man. We haven't seen you around for a minute. Show up a little more often, brother. You can't win every week, although you try. But we miss you, man. Jump in a little more often. Oh, real quick, before I forget, did gain a Patreon follower tonight, subscriber. Travis, I don't know if you want your last name blasted out there, but Travis, thank you. We appreciate you. And yeah, we'll get you added to the message me, DM me on Instagram so I can get you added to the Patreon group chat. That's where we put out all of our upcoming stuff for our Zoom herfs and all of that. So, and I can also send you the code. It's in that chat, but let me know. But thank you, Travis. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we'll get you the code to our Discord, which, you know, Mick and I are extremely busy and we don't really have much time to run Discord. We wouldn't mind it if one of our Patreon members wanted to kind of run and keep going with Discord and make it more active. But it's not, you know, it's hard to be active when there's only a few people on there. So the more of you that get active on there would love it. So again, I mean, we talk about it at the beginning of the show. We might as well talk about at the end of the show. Come be a Patreon member, $5 a month, less than a cigar. Check it out. You get all that stuff. Look at it. Put it on the screen. There it is.
It all
that
comes
stuff
back to you as well. We give every penny back in prizes and stuff to keep the show running. Like, we don't keep anything out of this. So
I'm not throwing shade or saying anything bad about our sponsors. Do you want to know what my ultimate goal is?
What's that?
To have enough Patreons to thank our sponsors for not being on the show, to where we end up having to get rid of our sponsors and we just keep our Patreons, to where we don't have to do the ad reads to get our, you know, because I mean, I hit up Mick yesterday and said our streaming service was due and they raised the prices quite a bit. And I did not realize they hit me with it. And it's like, do we have this in account? And he's like, we actually do. And it's because of our sponsors and our Patreons. So I would eventually like to get away to where we didn't have any ad reads. I love our sponsors. They're some of them. Actually, I was going to say some of them. All of our sponsors are close personal friends.
They are. Absolutely.
So yeah, I would love to get away from doing their ad reads and just be able to run a show. If we did away with their ad reads, our show would be about 32 minutes quicker.
No doubt.
Just saying.
Doubt. Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's you guys. It's all the sponsors. We love you. It's all the Patreons. We love you. So I said I didn't want to have to update the song, but I've got to update the artwork for the song because we got a new Patreon. So awesome. Love it. Thank you for joining.
Sorry, bro. But thank you. Thanks, Travis.
Travis, you're awesome. When you message Mick with your info, let Mick know what you want your name to be on there. If you want your first and last name, I'll put it on the artwork. If you just want Travis or your Instagram handle or whatever, let him know. Because if not, by the start of next week's show, I'm going to have your first and last name on there. Just saying.
Hell yeah.
All right, we have one last thing to do, and it is our Meanwhile in Not Memphis. I can't get used to saying Pennsylvania, so I'm just going to say Not Memphis.
Did we miss a sponsor?
Who? Definition Cigar. Oh, prizes were brought to you by Definition Cigar. Holy shit.
Hey, what's going on, Real Smoke family? This is Jamon of Definition Cigars. I know you guys are enjoying another great episode with Mick and Charles. Those guys are awesome. And they've allowed me to come on here and just offer you guys something special. So if you're interested in Definition Cigars, tap into the website at definitionscigars.com and use the coupon code RSPOD and you'll get 10% off. Appreciate everyone. Hope to see you soon.
Hey guys, go use that RSPOD. If you haven't tried his cigars, oh my God. I mean, there are so many brands that we're fans of, and that is 100% one of them.
Yeah.
So
Amazing.
go use the code. Use the code. Anyways, Meanwhile in Not Memphis, brought to you by...
I am Sin Coburn, owner of Dissident Cigars, and now also a part of Northern Cigars. I'm super stoked about this, and I can't wait to talk more about this adventure. For those of you that don't know, Dissident is for those of us who are the blue-collar workers, the bikers, the rebels, the badasses, you name it. It's really for anybody, but if you go against the grain and you're not scared to stand up for yourself, then Dissident is for you. We are punk AF. And Northern Cigars, this is such a wonderful project that I'm a part of, and I'm so excited for you guys to learn about. I wish I could say more about it, but there's a reason why I'm also a part of Northern Cigars. These cigars are fantastic. We're taking in the roots of Nicaragua, the culture, the experience, the agriculture, and we're putting it into cigars. And you guys are going to learn really quick what Northern Cigars is, and I can't say too much more about it, but I'm super stoked. So you guys need to stay tuned about what I have to say about Northern and Dissident, because I think it's going to blow your socks off. But meanwhile, light up and enjoy this next segment of Real Smoke.
Where the flip fast from sun to sleep, 4 seasons fighting in the same damn street. Road crew cones like a plastic crime, detour signs been temporary since 99. Wawa sheets, folks start their fight like a holy war in fluorescent light. And some strange guy in a steel drum hat sold Mick a pretzel and called it all that. Then the fellas got him screaming that glass. Swing the bat, you glorious ass. He threw his chip at the TV glow, said, come on boys, give the man a show. Meanwhile in Pennsylvania, Nick looked out the window and said, what the hell is that?
You couldn't have nailed it anymore.
Let me say a couple of things. One, Sin is killing me. We stay in constant communication with Sin, and we know what's going on behind the scenes, and we want to bring this to everybody because there's so much awesomeness going on. But she keeps saying no, not yet. Time's not right, and it's like, girl, come on. Number 2, Braves 75-53, Phillies 70-58.
It's getting close.
5 games back.
4.5 to be honest, but yeah, who's counting? 4.
Did they? I'm looking right now. Updated, 5 games back.
Okay, I'll take your word. All right. He's pulling the phone out. All right. I don't know if yours is updated, but it's okay. About 4.5.
Shut up.
It don't matter. It's all good. But no, dude, you could not have hit that song any better. Every week, I'm like, damn, how does he continue to do this, man? It's everything's truth. Everything is truth on that song. All right, so
I'm trying to think if I'm going to do something for the next podcast. I'm trying to see if it's in my schedule to sit down and actually work that out.
It's a lot, man. I know it, but yeah.
Maybe.
I know you.
Maybe.
I'm looking forward to it. I know you. All right. So
I'm ready for some Meanwhile in Not Memphis.
This is a nationwide story, but it's from Philadelphia, and I'm sure pretty much everybody's seen it already. Have you seen the mass Chucky that is terrorizing Philadelphia?
The mass what? Nope. Have not seen that.
Yeah.
I dated something that looked like that, but I haven't seen it lately.
So this is just from last week. It started happening. A suspect went on a bizarre early morning rampage from around 5 o'clock in the morning to 5:30 in the morning in Philadelphia City Hall. He targeted female joggers, cornering them and aggressively asking them twice and whispering, "Are you ready to die?" She fell and suffered a leg injury while trying to escape. This guy was running around Philadelphia, and there was a video. Look it up when somebody needs to look this up. It's creepy as fuck. The girl's running through a park, and here comes this guy out of the bushes running behind her in this mask. And it's the creepiest shit. It's something straight out of a horror movie. He carried a smartphone in his hand, and reported to police. And it was reported to police that he was filming the trauma for social media clout.
I really hope that he comes up to one of these ladies who is a 2A person, and she just goes, boom.
Yeah. Police have officially identified the suspect. It's a 22-year-old, and they've issued an active warrant for his arrest, and the charges are terroristic threats and stalking. They just identified him today and released this photo. And apparently the U.S. Marshals and a bunch of other law enforcement are involved because he's been doing this in other cities. It's crazy. But when I saw that video and that picture of the mask he's wearing, I'm like, whoa, like that dude's going to he should get shot. He really should.
So where was he at when he was doing that?
Philadelphia.
Okay. So I'm not saying Memphis because it's a little bit different. Could you imagine him doing that in my part of the state?
Dude, even Memphis, somebody'd shoot him. I mean, seriously.
The dude would look like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, no shit. It's crazy. And Philadelphia is one of those cities, not going to get all gun crazy on you, but Philadelphia is one of those cities that even as like off-duty law enforcement, concealed carry, permits, all of that, you cannot carry in Philadelphia. If you get caught carrying in Philadelphia, you'll end up in jail for quite a long time. So it's crazy.
There are more people where I live that open carry than don't.
Yeah. Yeah. It's insane.
I mean, I don't understand why you would open carry, but I mean.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like a tough guy thing. I'd much rather anyway. All right. The next one, the Great Underwear Heist. This case is out of Northampton County, and it involves a 68-year-old John M. Comer of Williams Township.
Comer. So Comer has an underwear heist.
Yes.
Comer.
According to Pennsylvania State Police, Tomer targeted single homes on Crescent Street over a 3-month span between April and July. He snuck into the victim's home, swiped their lingerie right off the clothesline and out of drawers in their home. The homeowners finally installed security cameras, and they caught his license plate. When troopers showed up at Tomer's house, he immediately crumbled, admitting 8 separate midnight raids just to steal women's undergarments.
I mean, Tomer was a penny sniffer. I mean, he was over there going, I mean, either that or he was like, hey, this is like some nice stuff. I look pretty in it. And he's prancing around and says, I feel pretty. So pretty. And, you know, he's like a ballerina doing this shit. Yeah.
A little bit of Ed Gein stuff going on there.
No, I mean, he could be.
He could be. All right, so these are all short ones. So I'm going to do 2 more. So 4, you're getting bang for your buck, and I'm done.
So Mick's giving you a bang for your buck.
I am. The stolen daughter's ashes.
I'm going to bang you for your buck.
This, maybe. Hit my DMs. The dark extortion plot occurred in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. A 30-year-old man named Nuo Chen has been fired from the Ben Salem nail salon. I can't believe that's
Nuo
his name.
Chen is his dad named like Aldo Chen?
It might be. Or Big Chin.
Or his mama could be Little Chin.
Could be Little Chin. Yeah.
So the new Chin versus the old Chin. So tell me about new Chin.
New Chin. Having previously stayed, can you believe? Never mind. Having previously stayed at his boss's house, he stole a set of house keys and broke into her Willow Grove home. Chen swiped a dark box containing the urn of the owner's late daughter, which the mother valued at $2,000. He texted the grieving mother demanding the ransom between $7,000 and $8,000. When she hesitated, he threatened to dump the ashes into a river and flee to New York. Police tracked him down.
He couldn't be over there going like, "Hey, I got mama. I'm gonna kill her if you don't pay."
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, oops. I mean, I didn't do it, but
police tracked him down using home surveillance footage and arrested him for felony extortion and burglary. I've never heard of anyone stealing an urn with ashes in it. That's crazy. I mean, it's also crazy that New Chen works in a nail salon. I can't believe it. All right, next story.
The only worst thing is he could work in a laundry.
Very true. He's probably really good at driving, though. The 34 probably the 34 billion tax bill. $34 billion tax bill. A Lancaster resident named John Leatherman, he makes good knives, multi-tools.
He does. And sex toys.
This Leatherman? Oh, okay. And a regular looking employee. What? Oh.
Did you just say what in the story? Does it say a regular looking employee?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what other kind of employees do they have? We got Bill. He's got a kind of a hunchback and one eye. And then we got George. He's got like one ear and two toes. I mean, but we got this other guy. He looks regular.
The regular looking employee received an envelope from the Pennsylvania Department of Revenue to find an eye-watering bill for $34,576,482,000. Leatherman, who made a modest income, called the state in a panic. It turned out a state data entry operator, probably a regular-looking data entry operator, had accidentally typed a long tracking invoice number directly into the amount owed field of the automated system. It took a team of state tax adjusters several hours to manually override the system, making it one of the largest computational errors in the history of the state tax department. But yeah,
it's great that the hunchback of Pennsylvania was not involved. It was a regular looking dude. The one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people
Leatherman
Leatherman did not get involved. It was Tom.
Interesting. Yeah, I should really proofread the ones I plan on doing. So I do apologize for that. It came right off the paper though. So here we are.
He was a regular-looking dude.
He was. That's a pretty good though. I enjoyed that one. The stalking window, man, I encourage all of you to look at that video. It is the creepiest thing I've ever seen, with him tracking down women and asking them if they want to die. I think it's a mask probably, but the whole thing.
He was just looking for a date. He had a kink.
He liked jogging.
Jogging.
That's
mean, hey, are you jogging? Yes. Do you want to die?
He probably started the conversation that way. Do you like jogging? And do you want to die?
I mean,
yeah, his delivery was off.
Something was off. At least he wasn't a normal looking person.
He definitely was not.
Oh, he wasn't. So you kind of want to give the people what's going on next week?
Yeah.
Do we know what's going on next week?
I mean, kind of, yeah. So all of our Patreon members, including Travis, will get you the info. Start thinking about your questions now. We are opening it up to our sponsors and our Patreons to have a 10-minute block on our show. And when that 10-minute expires, you're probably gone. Okay, you're not probably gone. You're gone. Mid-sentence, sing a song, tell us about something, ask us questions, whatever you want to do. We are not scripting any of next week's show. Next week is our 2-year podiversary. 2 years, 89
Don't say
episodes.
that. I hate that phrase. Just say podcast and a pod of.
I found it now. 6-7. All right. Either way, 2 years, man.
Twat podcast.
We could call ourselves that. I think it's already coined though. But
yeah, somebody else already has that one.
Anyway, yeah. So 2 years. I couldn't ask for a better partner, man. We've had a fucking blast doing this, dude. It's we've had shows where it's yeah, I hear you. We both found our lane amazingly. We talked about it on Big Al's podcast the other night on the Burn Line Brotherhood. So check that out. But we talked about it, man. We didn't ever know where this is going to go. And we still really don't know where it's going to go. But every week, man, is an adventure. And it's something I look forward to. And there's no better way to start the unofficial weekend. I know we got to make it through one more day of work. But, dude, next week's going to be fun. We're going to come on, thank some people. Get your questions ready, though. This is your chance to jump on with us for a few minutes. And, you know, just ask us questions. Or as Charles said, sing a song, read a book, hang out, whatever you want to do.
kind of my idea behind what we're going to do next week is it's going to be open format. Mick's going to send out a bunch of invites. Patreon members and sponsors, you all get an invite. You're going to get the stuff. He's going to send some personal ones out to some personal people that are friends of the podcast. I'm going to have a third screen up like what we do for our guest. When you jump on, I'm going to set a timer. I don't care if you're in mid question or comment. I'm kicking you after 10 minutes. We're also to fill some time when there's not people. We are going to be reaching out to our Patreon list to ask questions. We're going to reach out to the people on Instagram to post questions, and we hope that you guys give us lots of questions. We want like cigar questions, like what do you think about this cigar, or what is your thought on this cut? What is your thought on whatever? Flood our comment or our post with questions because we need a bunch of them. And then I'm personally going to reach out to a bunch of people and have them video some hotbox questions. So they are going to be, because we got to have hotbox and play it forward questions. I do hope Pedro reaches out and does that one. So we want to kind of fill it up with just some fun times. I didn't talk to Mick about this one, but I think I'm going to set an exact time limit that the podcast has to be over. Okay. And no matter what's happening, we're going to shut it down.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's going to be like at 2 hours, an hour and 15 minutes.
An hour seems
figure it out.
Crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, it would be really funny.
It'd be crazy.
I want everybody to help out with it. Everybody that's on here watching, listening in the future. But Mick's going to go ahead and we'll get Mick a post out there to put out there for you guys to put comments on. If you're Patreon members, go ahead and start flooding the Patreon chat on Instagram with questions. And we'll get it going from there. So it's going to be a fun show. 2 years.
2 years,
bro. 2 years.
Couldn't ask for anything better, man. It's been great. There's been nights that I'm like, how did we just pull that off, man? Like, and there's been nights where like tonight, where I felt like I did nothing. But man, it's been an adventure. It's
89 episodes in 2 years.
Yeah, not many can say that. Not many can say.
Wait, Rob Cigar Czar says 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 38 seconds.
Yeah. He's writing it down.
I am 1 hour, 47, and 38.
You know what's really funny?
All right.
He just took an hour off of what is on the screen right now, because when that came through, it was exactly 2 hours, 47 minutes, and 38 seconds. Way to be original, Rob.
It's a 3-hour tour.
Okay, Gilligan.
I could see us going into the 2 hour mark. My thought was between 2 and 3, just because I know what we're going to have coming in.
I think we'd be busier than we expect. I don't think we can pull off less than 2 hours. I think we could probably pull off 2.5, but we'll get through it. It'll be fun.
So, what did you guys think about the start at 7 o'clock versus 8 o'clock? I would love to know about that. We're talking about possibly at the first of the year going to 7 o'clock just to give, people more time to be on here. Our guest, I think, would absolutely love it. So, anyways.
Yeah, man. I guess I'll say my little piece, but dude, we're under the 3 hour mark. We hit Pedro's timelines. We're getting better at this. But man, coming up on 2 years, man, a lot of reflecting. I've listened to a bunch of our shows over, man, recently, and I agree. This is not me patting us on the back, but seeing the progression that we've had and how much better we've gotten at a lot of things, man, I'm excited to see where the future goes. We got a lot of big things planned over the next 6 months. And I mean, shit, last night you were texting me about stuff for August and September, and I go, bro, we're in August. And he's like, no, next year. So, I mean, honestly, we don't plan on stopping this. This train's just getting started. So couldn't ask for a better partner.
I mean,
It's amazing.
I have so many ideas for themed ideas that people aren't doing for next year that I would love to bring up. So cool. All right. Close us out. You got this.
Take time this week. Smoke a great cigar with someone you love. And man, tune in for fucking year 2, end of year 2, 2-year anniversary, 2-year pod-anniversary. Yeah.
Wait till we get to 6-7 years.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. No, man. Much love. Take that time this week, and we'll see you next week.
Guys, Vulcan version. Peace.
Peace.
The smoke is thick, the air is tight, cigars are lit, oh what a sight. Pour the whiskey, tequila too, this one's for Mick and Charles and you. Thank you for tuning in. The Real Smoke Podcast makes us all grin. You light us up, you keep us strong. Cheers to you, we raise the song. Conversations deep, the stories fly. Ashes fall, with spirits high. The gas is rolling, the pitches flow. You've kept us burning, don't let it go. Thank you for tuning in. The Real Smoke Podcast makes us all grin. You light us up, you keep us strong. Cheers to you, we raise the song. From the flame to the end of the night, you're part of the glow, you're part of the light. Making Charles with a laugh and a grin. There's flame